Oh, hello there. Good evening to my fellow dilders and builders and Sam Childers. All right, let's give a quick little what up, though, to my folks out there. Wow, Kurt 24 was the first person this evening. So, Kurt, congratulations. You know how it goes. You have won a crisp thumbs up. Cowboy Wizard, welcome. Jeff Cron, Chanamemba, Key ASC, OP, what up? Key ASC had a little funny thing going back and forth. That was good. That was good, brother. Too many choices. What up? Toy Town Inc. What up? What up? Look at all you guys in chat. Like, this is great. This is great. Let's see. Dirt McGirt, Chanamemba, Andy Lipscomb. What up? What up? What up? And DLD After Dark has entered the chat. Jeff Cron, that Cron, Safe Line Live, 420 after party at midnight. Is that Eastern Standard Time? Or let me know. Am I invited? Is this a solo thing? No dark invited. You got Avoid That Dirt in Life. And by the way, what did you guys all have for dinner? I would love to hear what you had for dinner. I had a little bit of a chicken pizza burger stew, chili, mac and cheese, with made in like a stove oven, cheese grater, grill, bacon, egg and cheese, bagel. Ron Wayne, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Slim223, which we all know was 9mm Slim. And he literally changed his name so I could say it more succinctly. Thank you. Joe Morris, what's up, brother? Good to see you. And okay, all right. I think we got everybody on the stream getting flaccid. All these names is making my dick soft. Okay, I think we got everybody. Oh, Shooting Gallery New England with the famous, hey, what's crack-a-lackin', everybody? Be careful where you say crack-a-lackin', depending on where you are in the United States. That may get you tied upside down on a street post and in the face. Just saying. If anybody comes up to you and says, what's crack-a-lackin', then run as fast as you can. Knight's Custom Builds, what's up, brother? Sport Brand, P38, Wilberto Concerto. Adam Baum, what up? Robert Ribbit Harrison, where you been at, bro? I ain't seen you in a minute. Robert Ribbit. I had soup, and we'll be having soup until this sore throat goes away. What a shame. I think it may be the weather, because there's a lot of allergies, a little bit of pollen getting stirred up. Ron Wayne says, hamburger helper. We got spicy chicken rolled tacos. Dang. Hey, if y'all are ever making tacos, here's a trick. Take soft tortillas. Like, who eats hard tacos nowadays? It's 2022. Nobody eats hard tacos. Dirt McGirt says, hello? Soft taco for the win. What you do is you take a soft taco, then you take the, you take the beans, like pinto beans, the squished ones, not the bean ones. And I'm trying to think of what it's called. Refried beans. And then you kind of layer it on half of the soft taco, right? Taco stuff on it. Fold it in half. Put that bitch in the oven. And then get a little toasty, right? And some cheese on top, some melted cheesy. And then get you like a little fresh Mexi salad on the side, right? Get you some lettuce, some tomatoes, some guac or something like that. Maybe a little squirt of some lime or something on that, right? Then you put a little dollop of salsa. Y'all love it. Anyway, moving along. This is not a cooking show. We do it for the algorithm. Just trust me. Tripas for the win. Hard tacos for the win. What? Who enjoys like that's like RAPE of your teeth? Spaghetti tacos. See, y'all are getting it. See. Come on. Sorry, let me chill. All right, I'm chill. Then leave, Corn Pop. Stop talking about food, David. Trust me. Hey, This is where this is. Just wait, and we gonna talk today. We gonna talk. Okay, dirt me good. Nice. What content is this? Nachos? Yes, yes. Trust. There's always a reason. Okay. Man against the masses. Leftovers again. So's chicken. Okay. Little General So's chicken. Now I have to have tacos tomorrow. Hey, bro, today was Taco Tuesday. You late. You late. And actually, I got to give it up to Kimball, man. Kimball was the one that like would religiously come up and chat, and we would have like a guest on, and he'd be like, "What did everyone have for dinner? Dark, what did you have for dinner?" And then it just kind of started a conversation. And then I learned to use that to the channel's advantage to get a little bit more exposure. Because when they don't take your video, squish it up into a ball, and slam it down below all other existing content, you start getting more views. You start ending up, and I'm watching it in the analytics, right? Like, this isn't about money or anything. I mean, like, this is nothing. Like, there's no money in this. Don't start a YouTube channel unless, I mean, you can, like, everyone, yeah, you can, you should, but you know what I mean? Like, don't start it for the purpose of earning income. Like, that's not, but to get the words out to the people, to encourage people. And this is one of the cool things. I've had so many people hit me up and be like, dude, I got into building because of watching streams, because of, talking to people in the community, because there's so many other like mediums outside of this, like not just the stream, right? We have the stream, we have Discord, that's basically it. But we have other methods of communicating to where we can actually have conversations. We get in voice chat with each other. We talk about what we're doing. And people that came in that literally have never built, even assembled anything, are like, dude, I got into building from here. And then I checked out, your channel, then P80 Ralph, then Pewtang, then the Rogue Banshee, and then, whatever at the time, like Marine Gun Builder and all this. And it's like, damn, like that's dope. Like, we literally like help bring somebody into the world of freedom, and now they're building firearms, teaching other people how to build firearms as well. And that's just the coolest shit, man. It's all about freedom and independence. P80 Ralph, what's up, everybody? It's your boy P80 Ralph, back at it again with another episode of Roast Your Print. Yeah, no, y'all see that? That's healed up a bit. I'll for the whole stream, I will let the best story of what happened right here, and it's actually really sore. You can't really see it, but it's like this whole section right here. For the best story, should I do best or most accurate story? I think best story. For the best story of what happened here, dang, the light can't really get it. It's bad. In person, it's bad. Like, in my professional life, this has not been good. This has not been good. Like, walking around meeting people, they're like, hi, and then their eyes are like just gravitating towards, the one massive spot. Oh yeah, you can see the swelling right there. Like, right there. Yep. There you go. It wasn't a road rage or anything. Tech money. What up? What up? Okay. How long does ground beef stay good in the fridge? Well, first you have to look at the date. There should be a best by or sell by? I think it's sell by on ground beef, and or no, it's best by, and then you need to freeze it or use it by a certain date. That's all. Yeah, I'm getting into building because of you and STL Ralph. Bro, I love it. STL Ralph all day. JC9, what's up, brother? I got into 3D printing because of PSR. Honestly, for real, I got into 3D printing because of Ralph, Print Shoot Repeat, Chairman Juan, 3D Arms, IPS, like all these dudes that I've been like blessed to like be around and spend time with, and they just hop on and like give information. And man, honestly, I've never seen the dude operate under another name, so I'm just gonna throw it out there. This dude, Matt Crutchfield in Texas. The first time I was looking at getting into 3D printing, this dude got on I didn't even know him. Met him on a forum. Okay, we ended up talking on a forum on. So I don't remember. Whatever, I don't remember the forum. but it was a 3D printing forum. And this dude spent like hours walking me through settings and getting my printer set up and getting the bed leveled and like all that shit, man. And this community is just remarkable, man. There's so many great people in the community. Let's see if it's cooked, 3 to 4 days. Oh, cooked. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. When she says no, she means no. DLD After Dark. That's a good one. RIP Waco. Light punched you for refusing to have him on. Damn. Man, that shit right there. I was listening to Jaeger for a bit too. Couldn't take the verbal diarrhea any longer. To Jaeger? You talking about like James Jaeger? Did y'all hear what's happening with him? Crazy. Oh, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk about a few things, but I do actually have. So this is just a dark stream, right? It's just chill. That's why when you see who the guest is, it's KNOWUN. No one. It's a dark stream. It's just chill conversation and kind of a channel update. I got some dope guests lined up for the next 2 weeks, and I just want to share that with you guys. And kind of had something else come up that like I kind of want to talk about with the community and be like, yo, like what's the deal with this? But you know, I don't know. I don't want to put anybody's ish out there, but I mean, they kind of put their own stuff out there. But man, like I'm kind of having a tough time with a couple things. One thing is the fact that our entire world as we know it is falling apart, and it's kind of happened like one slow step at a time. And I don't mean to like, what's up, Coop? CNT Designs, what's up, brother? I don't mean to go down like the whole like crazy black pill rabbit hole, but I mean like it's difficult at times when you're like in your daily life and you're going through and you're having to push to do your thing, to work, take care of your family, take care of your property, take care of like everything you got to already do, while thinking like, damn, is this like all worth it? Is this still going to be here? Is this even going to be a concern potentially? And then you got all these people that are fear mongering and selling you fear porn for this crazy feel good consumerism bullshit of like, God, man, I want to call these channels out, man. They're just throwing out this bullshit of like, oh, nuclear war has been declared, and you need to do this, you need to get this, and by the way, it's available on my website. All you need to do is go here and enter this code, and like, how can you feel good about yourself to be like, there was a document that was emailed to someone that got leaked, and there's a picture of it somewhere. I don't have it, can't confirm it, but it's out there, and nuclear war has been declared. And if you guys don't get these motherfucking iodine pills and get these suits and masks and all this shit, it's like, come on, man. I thought the dark stream was fear porn. If you think my shit is fear porn, let me put you on to some folks. Call them out, goddammit. Okay. I mean, I've called them out before. Straight up, Black Scout Survival is terrible. Yeah, see, Slim223 knows what's up. Black Scout Survival is bad. Now he's not the worst, and I've even jumped in his comments and been like, dude, like, how can you feel good about what you do? Like, shit ain't right. He'll jump on, and I gotta say though, he brought up some very like interesting and valid points of JP Wakens recently, and I was kind of surprised, which I'm happy to discuss that too. But like, I found it interesting that like, well, hold on, I'll go to that in a second. So anyway, so you'll see Black Scout Survival going live, right? And he's jumping on there talking about how the direction of the world and the right and the left, and he's still stuck in that like fake pretend fucking paradigm of the right and the left that isn't even real, doesn't exist. It is a pretend line that exists to divide us. Like, the purpose of it is for people to hate each other. When you guys saw that man get shot and killed for wearing a Trump hat or shirt or MAGA hat or whatever it was, and he reached out with his pepper fogger and like hosed down the dude with OC spray. And the other dude was like, pop, 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 shot dude in the chest, killed him because of political beliefs. Like that is where they want us to go, right? We are slaves and cattle to the people that are making these types of elevated decisions. Yeah, it's all progress as long as the plebes like us are dying and killing each other. It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, so anyway, so I'll see like Black Scout Survival has gone live, and I'll hop on, and he's saying how the left this and the right this, and we're headed towards here, and you need to get your food right and you get your water right. And he's not lying, right? Like we are in a state of duress and we are headed in a bad direction, and I am nearly certain that within our lifetime we're going to experience a tremendous amount of pain and conflict and suffering, as if we don't already suffer enough. There's so much suffering in the world, it's crazy. But then he'll be like, the things that you need to survive are X, Y, and Z. Not like a sustainable water source and a sustainable resource for food and shelter and security and blah blah blah. It's like, here are these 3 gear things you need, which are available for sale on my website. This is a custom Black Scout Survival Edition, and it's like, what, bro? Anyway, so there's that, and then there's the other one, full spectrum survival. He's not as bad with like the shelling part, but the fear porn part is like, man, it is bad. He doesn't specifically throw out like items that you need, like stuff. Beware of anybody that says you need stuff. You need these things to survive, because every thing that you purchase is a consumable. It will be used, it will be utilized, it will be thrown away. Like, doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a 50-gallon drum of fucking beans and rice or whatever, or what is it, ICB totes or whatever, of whatever the fuck it is. If it is a consumable that does not automatically regenerate itself, it is going to run out. Now, it's not to say that you guys shouldn't stockpile shit, because that's what I'm doing right now, right? I don't have the land and everything necessary to, fucking get my shit like the way I want it, right? But it's a journey. Like, we're all on a journey. And whenever shit falls apart and crashes, and we're stuck in the middle of this conflict, whatever it may look like in the future, I don't know. But when that happens, whatever you got is what you got. Whatever resources you got, that's what you got, and you're stuck with it. So make the best of, where you're at. I'll give this example. So prior to this, this home that we're in currently, which is a 72,000 square foot mansion with a helipad. Just kidding. Prior to this, we lived in an apartment, and in that apartment, I knew that, one, we were in a much more highly densely populated area, right? So number one, that's more dangerous. It's closer to the city, closer to Washington, D.C., and it would not be good if I were in that area with my family when shit goes down. So I say, okay, I need to find a way to get an edge on if shit were to just fall apart. At that point, the executive order for the electrical grid just went out, and what's up, Savinity? And Dark told me if I bought his patches, they would find hot and horny singles that are 3 miles away. Yeah, it's true. It's true. That is true. I'm definitely better off than I was 3 years ago. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So I was like, in a situation where I'm in an apartment, how can I get a leg up? Like, number one, how can I store shit without raising flags, right? I even heard of somebody that said, how do I like warn my neighbors without putting a target on my back? And I thought that was intelligent, because if you go to your neighbors and you're like, you guys need to stock food and stock water and stock guns and ammo and armor and all this stuff, and then when shit gets bad and they start starving and fighting over the last piece of bread, they're like, yo, didn't homie across the street say that we need to stack up. I bet he has some shit. And I was like, all right, thinking way in advance on that. So anyway, so I'm at this apartment and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do a little bit of recon. So I go out. You guys know I don't sleep, and as you can tell by the bags under my eyes, I'm just kidding. Um, so I go out. I'm doing some recon, and I'm looking at everything. I go out. I look at the courtyard. I look at the property surrounding it. I look at the distance between this building and that building, and blah blah blah. I look at firing. What do you call them? Like quadrants of fire kind of thing. Like where would you need to like how would it be broken out between like me and my family members and whatever. And then, of course, what's the safest place to the place that I'd be going? But what would sectors of fire? Thank you. So mapping out sectors of fire, mapping out, the safest place in the unit to stay and whatnot. But the goal was to go to a place that we had designated at that time. So, if we couldn't get out, right? If the entire building and surrounding areas were just totally like impassable, what would we do? Do we have enough to stay for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 4 months, 6 months? Like what would that look like if we did? And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go like ham on that shit. So I kept looking outside the building. I was like, this ain't gonna work. So I go back inside the building, and then I start to find the utility areas that are like hidden. They are quite literally behind closed doors. Like they're behind drywall and locking, like lockable doors, and they're like catwalks. And I'm probably gonna get in trouble, if somebody were to know who I was and where I was and what I was doing. But I climbed up in that mofo and I got out my torch and I just started looking around and I was like, okay, what is it? Catwalks leading out to every single Overwatch area. Like I had 360 degrees of vision from every single possible spot with catwalks that led to every corner of the building, and I could oversee every entrance and every exit. It was nuts. And there were a few things that you could do to stage because you're not going to be the only one that finds that out, right? There, just statistically, with the other, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that are in that building, somebody's going to find that shit, especially when mofos are hungry and dying of thirst. They're going to be running up in there, just looking for stuff or looking for a better vantage point or a better view. And I know his name, where he's at, and what he's doing. You think you do. DLD says torch, like he's in the UK. Torch? Torch. What's wrong with that? Torch. 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 Don't you have a torch? I'm saying, just like, like a mob torch, Bro, Craig, man, you know what? It's sad. I was about to say you're lucky. You're lucky and I'm blessed at the same time because that child is like the reason, right? The reason that I would want to continue pushing on. Like the reason, like, all that stuff. He said, Mom said torch. Torch. Thanks, Dark. Now I'm having to see. Oh yeah, if you guys have like medical conditions where like bright lights are a problem, then don't watch my shit. I actually got banned, bro. Okay, so get this. So I went on Twitch. I was like, I haven't been on Twitch in forever, right? So I look on Twitch and I was like, maybe I should start a Twitch and stream to both, to Twitch and all that shit. And then I look and I'm like, oh, Batty is streaming. Batty is like one of the Leviathan crew, donut operator, fucking whole shit. I'm like, let me click on this and see what's up. And the stream was actually good. Like I was impressed. The dude's setup is sick, and of course it's just like it's all bullshit. But whatever, I'm watching it just for like entertainment purposes. And I literally said like 4 things. And if I were to go read it right now, you guys would be like, that shit is like baby shit compared to the kind of things we talk about in these streams. And I got banned. And the last thing I said was he had all these flashing lights and strobing lights and music and all this crazy shit. And I was like, being, funny, obviously. Well, not being funny, but being sarcastic. Apparently, it wasn't too funny. I was like, I'm going to invite all my friends with epilepsy to your stream. And that apparently was a bad idea because I got banned immediately. Maybe he thought like I was like literally serious. Flashlight just seems so freaking stupid. Now, there are flashlights, okay? Don't get me wrong. There are lights, there are flashlights, there are lumens, and there are torches. Torches are like, all right, y'all ready? So this doubles as a couple things. But a few things rather. This also doubles as a phone charger, so you can charge your phone with it twice if you needed to. But also, ready? Oh, goodness gracious! Sorry. If you have epilepsy, don't come to the stream. Okay. Warning. Anyway, so I got banned. But anyway, going back to what we were talking about prior to all this. You got to do as much as you can with what you got, okay? And if you're living in an apartment with, a few people in a highly densely populated area, and you are surrounded by neighbors that are all going to be starving, they're all going to be thirsty, they're all going to be, a lot of my neighbors were armed, but they were not prepared, right? So what does that mean for me? Well, it means I'm likely to potentially get into a conflict with people that are starving and dying of thirst and willing to kill. So that's bad. And again, this is what they want, right? They don't want like they don't want you to be like, oh, people in my community need me. Let me go, plant trees and garden and catch rainwater because in our previous world before rule of law broke, like I would literally get arrested or fined if I gardened or caught rainwater. Like that's in Virginia, it is illegal for me to catch rainwater. That's the type of shit that it's crazy. Guns and BBQ, what's up, brother? So the way that like we've progressed in this, especially the last 2-3 years, but God damn, the last I'd say since like the civil rights movement, this has just been a freaking down. We've been falling down. This is just, yeah, we're kind of in a dark place. But we were doomed centuries before that, but it's been overt since I'd say like the 50s, 60s, the 60s civil rights movement kind of era. That's when shit got overt, I'd say. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a me. But because they want you killing your neighbors and taking their food, and how many, preppers, dudes with just guns and gear, how many do you know that are like, well, I don't need to stock food and water. I don't need to homestead because I got these guns. So I'll just take what I want. I'll just, pop my neighbors. Like, no, dude, that's what they want. They want you to hate the other side. They want you to be willing to kill the other side. And they want you to have no compassion. And that's why every single time I end a stream, I mention, being kind. I mention, being compassionate, being caring about each other and contributing to others. And what if we were to take a step back and be like, okay, my neighbors are in need, my community is in need, so I'm going to step up and I'm going to contribute to them, whether it be in advance and help them, prepare for the direction that we're headed in, whatever that may be. Yeah, just care about each other, man. Spend time with your families, get close to them, try to reestablish trust with, yeah. compassion can be hard. Um, for me, compassion was harder when I was hurt inside. Like when I was hurting inside, it was difficult for me to be compassionate to others because I felt no compassion for myself or to myself. And we're in this world where literally every day we are carrying tools on us to potentially take the life of somebody else, right? And that's okay. Like we should, all of you should, every single person should, besides Heath. And as far as self-preservation, there is absolutely no exception at all. And I'll go on record again and say that I think that felons that have left some type of, whether it's prison or some type of reformation, that they should be reunited with their property. And if their property happens to be firearms, then so be it. Freedom is fucking dangerous. Stop playing God, thinking that we can remove the rights of people that were given to them by God. We don't have that right. But they're dangerous. They've proven. I don't give a fuck. I have no inside, bro. My shit froze up. Nah, stop playing. You a softy. You a softy, bro. No, I mean, you're kind, Ralph. You're kind. Yeah, so those are the questions you gotta ask yourself too. Like, who hurt me, right? Why am I upset? Who am I mad at? And why am I punishing myself and others, right? I never wanted a cannon until Biden said you couldn't own one. Now I want it. Yep, I feel you. Andy Lips go. Felons should get their guns back. I've said this for years. Yep. I'll say this. No tattoo tat. What's up? I mean, that's just self-reflection, bro. It's I wouldn't say you're an asshole. I would just say you're very. So every personality is different, right? We all have different personality traits, but most of them fall within like four buckets, right? And you just happen to be direct and information based, as opposed to you know beating around the bush and like blah 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 and emotion based. And you can tell by like the words people use. So people can literally, like, if you listen to the words that people use specifically, and they say something like, I think blah blah blah, or I feel blah blah blah, just by listening to those two things, like, you know, um, I think you're going to be late, or I feel like you're going to be late. Those two different things, that those could not be more polarizing sentences, but they're someone communicating the exact same thing. So someone saying I think, they're typically a very informational or information based, like you know direct individual that's focused more on like you know small snippets of information delivered directly and quickly, and they don't make decisions based on emotion. Whereas somebody that uses like the words like I feel like something something is they're talking about their feelings, and they're expressing a way that they feel, which is their perception. And that's you know they're going to be more like life of the party kind of, buzz 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 get the yale, and more based on their feelings. Which the reason this is important is so you know how to communicate with certain people. So when you kind of keep a lookout to the things that people are saying, the specific words that they're saying, then you'll know how to adjust your behavior towards them. And the reason that we are the way that we are is there are defining moments throughout your life that determine who you are going to be, your personality, your behavior, everything down to a T, based on like 3 to 4 events. Okay. And that's typically when you're like 5, 8, 10, and like 13 or something like that, like those ages roughly. And some of those things we can't even remember. We can't go back and be like, I identified this thing that made me act like this, and because of that I chose to start doing this move. Like we can't go back and put like our finger on it like that specifically usually. unless you pay for a lot of counseling and a lot of therapy. But the reason this is important is because when you know who you're talking to, whether you are in a, you know, a sales situation, or if you're in a bartering situation, or if you're in a freaking like all out world without rule of law SHTF situation, and knowing who you're talking to is important because you can shift the way that you communicate to appeal to them, and then you're more likely to engage in a transaction with them. And this is all basic sales shit. It's well, it's not basic sales shit, but a lot of it gets back to sales shit, right? But what is sales? Sales is communication. That's all it is. Communication with an individual. And when you ask questions, you get information. The thing is that we're typically so egotistical and so focused on ourselves that while they are using words, we're not listening to those words. Like, when was the last time you listened to a sentence that somebody said and you responded like regarding exactly what they just said? Right? Like, we don't do it because we've already selected our words and what our response is going to be based on my thoughts and my feelings right now. And that's why, yeah, that's why we are the way that we are, because we're not truly having conversations. We're not really looking for information like about people. And what's up, crypto? Fuck you, dark. I know I'm an ass. I'm trying to be better. No, man, you're not an ass. You're just Petey Ralph. You're direct. You're looking for information. So here's a good example. It's even in your videos, right? Like when you post a video, you're like, I'm giving information and education, and then I'll throw in some comedy and some like good like you want to give information because that's what you like receiving. That's important. It's an important piece of who you are, and the people around you should know how to communicate with you. In the boog, if I don't like you, I'm going to eat you. Well, thank you for sharing. Um, but the reason I'm sharing all this is because, like, one day, whether it's, like I said, in a transactional situation, in a bartering situation, in a, total fallout for freaking, just a SHTF situation, you may catch something that may be like, oh, snap, I should communicate this way. If they're speaking this way, then I should be more abbreviated, more direct, and use less words. And ask a couple questions, give a little bit of short information, and I'm going to be more likely to transact with this person, whether it's bartering or sales in our current world with mostly rule of law, or the other way, the opposite, right? Appeal to their emotion. So that's just two pieces of it, but you know. This is Barter Town. Oh, that's right, GKT 11. So I did promise you that I would see what I can do. So GKT 11 is currently looking for some SIG P229 Rosewood grips, the discontinued ones that actually have SIG on the grips. If you guys can scour eBay, Arms List, anywhere on the internet, places that he could go. To the first person that finds it for him, I will give. Here you go. This is for you, brother, because you've been hammered down since the beginning. So for the first person that finds a reasonably priced pair of the SIG 229 grips from my boy GKT, I'll give them a glow-in-the-dark PWEDC patch, a JST supply sticker, which can be used for chopping up lines. I'm just kidding. And a non-metallic 3D printed push dagger that says DLD in it. So here's your package to the person that finds that for my boy. So I'm not an ass. Oh, dark. No homo. I'm so grateful I have my rights to own guns speech. If Big Brother tried to take my guns, well, I live in the hood. I can get a gun the wrong way if I had to. No one's taking my rights. Yeah, that's the thing, and that's why it's so important. Like the original SIG ones, yeah, the factory SIG ones, and I think they actually say SIG on on the grips. So this is why, like, you know, and Farmer James brought up some things like yeah, your channel may have content on it in the past of all of this, great like self-sustainability stuff, right? And for some of you guys that have been here the whole time, like we have all sorts of like water filtration to farming bees to soil health to all sorts of horticultural and agricultural shit and hydroponics. I mean everything you could think of is like how to build a man-made whatever you guys get what I'm saying. And we've kind of veered from that, right? And it's like it's okay, right? Like I don't currently have the ability to showcase those things to you guys, right? I don't have the land, I don't have the setup. But what I do have is the ability to educate others on building firearms, right? Bringing 3D printer cats on here, like Print Shoot Repeat, like P80 Ralph, like we're gonna have Dianexus on here. Well, actually, I'm gonna go over the future guests over the next couple weeks shortly. But all these incredible people, we've had Plastic Cats, we've had 3D Arms, we've had all these awesome people, IPS, and once you have the ability to build, when you can create with your hands, no one can ever take that from you, ever, ever. So Dark will never have Drunk Ralph on his stream again. Now, I don't mind Drunk Ralph. I think actually Drunk Ralph is fun, but you have 6 hours late on the patio, and you should. You have 6 hours late on the patio, and you should grow a little something. Oh yeah, for sure. If you have like as little as 6 hours of light, and some things honestly can grow with less, man. The tactical pineapple. What's up, brother? If you don't tell him, Dark will never know he is having Drunk Ralph on. Yeah. Oh man. Well, knowledge is power. Yo, get Drunk Ralph on the stream. I enjoy it. Drunk Ralph is best Ralph. GQT11 stainless. Oh, so he's just looking for the grips. So this is the more challenging piece. He's just looking for the grips. The dark community really loves P80 Ralph sober as James or better. Another guy like MGB that I found through Ralph. Yes, Jeff, the the dolphin version. But no, I mean, I bring things up like this and have conversations like this because you never know when something like that may become important, right? Like you may end up in a situation where you are like, let's be honest, if you find yourself in a fair fight or less, your tactics suck, right? But let's just say you're on your knees with a hammer to your head and looking down the pipe, and you're like, man, I'm about to be gone. About to take one to the melon. And you are given the gift of communication by God, and you can talk your way out of shit. Do you know the type of shit that I have talked my way out of? And I'm not saying like I'm not like some communication guru, right? I'm just saying that like when you're strategic with communication and you understand human behavior and personalities and behavior and characteristics, and like it gives you such an edge. And there's this shit called I'm gonna stay solo on this one, Ralph. It's I actually got Crump potentially coming on, but I told him that I'm just gonna. Well, I had originally spoken to Crump about having him on, but I'm gonna stay solo. It's channel update. I'm gonna get too sidetracked if I have a guest on. So this was actually my plan to have a solo stream. Is that all right with you? Is it? I mean, I don't know. Are we there? Should I be doing Joe Rogan style? Should I not do solo streams? I mean, is that cool? You guys mind? He said link or not. I'm sorry. It looks like I missed some chat from y'all. I'm sorry. I'm drinking whiskey on 2 hours of sleep and 1,500 miles of travel in the last 3 days. I saw you were traveling around on my side of town. My Glock up, my Nina down. Just the grips. Yeah. Barry McCalkiner. Damn wrong, says Safe Fine Live. No drunkie streams. Fed boy. Solo stream is cool. That's what's up, man. Thank. If PD Ralph features, I hope he accepts my apology for embarrassing myself on his live after party. Also, Sport and Sarge and many more. You're good, man. We all slip up. I mean, I'm not saying you're good. Like, I'll let him, accept or reject apologies. I'm just saying, like, I feel you. We've all been there. But now I want to go ahead and take a quick commercial break and go to Dirt with the weather. Dirt, what do we got? Dirt, are you there? Dirt.
Yeah, live at 5, we're going to see how a thunderstorm fucked up somebody cooking burgers on Easter.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Dirt. Appreciate that. Thank you for the weather. It looks very, very interesting out there. Oh, hold on. It looks like he's trying to come in again. Hold on, guys. We have another call in. Hang tight. Let's see. Okay, let me let him in. All right, Dirt. Go ahead, brother.
Dirt McGurd here. Bad news. Burger weather is not in season right now. You're going to have to wait. Also shave my head.
Also, I shaved my head. Oh, man, this is great. We have the best community ever. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's a good point. So, dark granite gummies. Nah, I actually got a healthy amount. No, so backing up a little bit, the grips. GKT, if you're looking for grips, John Rice, who may be in the chat now, we got like 50 people in here. John Rice does custom wood stuff. Oh, and I got something to give away on the stream. I meant to give away the last stream, and I also meant to give it away the last stream, but I just kept getting sidetracked, and I was literally falling asleep on the last stream. I'm so sorry. Plastic Gats, love you, brother. Petey Ralph should be on every show until people get bored of him. I know. I love Ralph, man. Ralph is the shit, man. It's not that I just wanted to do a little solo stream. It's I love y'all, all y'all. Ralph, Crump, all y'all. So if you only want the factory save ones, I totally feel you. But those are KH Audio says, evening, gents. Welcome. He wants the original. Gotcha. He does some dope work, man. And I actually have an oversized wooden. Well, I don't have it. He was gonna send it to me, but I was like, bro. In the past, when I did giveaways and stuff, I had everyone ship the stuff to me, and then I shipped everything out. And it was like we shipped it twice. Like, why ship it twice? So now moving on in the future with Aegis and JSD Supply and all these awesome people that we work with, like. In the back there, GSD Supply. All these awesome people that support the channel, have them ship it to them directly, so I don't need to. So they don't need to pay for shipping, and then I pay for shipping and whatnot. It does help though to have something in your hand and be like, this is what you're getting. Like those Battle One P80s. Ooh, man, those things were fire. Oh, and Sunny Guns, I got your 19 lower parts kit out. Key ASC, I got your patches out that apparently somebody at the postal office watches our stream because they stole your patches. And also, I Hate Google, I got your patches out too because apparently USPS, they're just big fans. Big fans. yeah, so moving right along. I haven't seen anything yet. I did find a forum post with something looking for the grips though. Yeah, man, some things are just hard to get your hands on, bro. Oh, backing up. So I do have a an oversized wooden trigger guard, a wooden trigger guard for an AR. So this is actually I have my little kit over here. I don't have it on my rig currently. Here we are. Okay, so if you guys haven't seen, like, there is something very, very special about wood on an AR. Okay, and there's a rifle out there, rifle, pistol, whatever, called Battle Arms Development Tanker, and what it is a completely like green battle worn. Now this isn't like an OD green battle worn, like you've seen some of the stuff I've done in the past with like paint work. They took like a Noveski bazooka green and then battle worn it, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Um, Down to this like dope ass color to where it's like kind of bright in some spots, but like kind of like muted in some others. And it's so sick. And then they have wood on it. So it's got, I think there's a couple different variations, but there's 556 version, 300 blackout version, and it's got wood on it. So I was like, I want to duplicate that. I have a 10.3 inch with an LWRC lower, BCM upper, BCM, BCG, 10.3 inch Colt barrel. The thing's a beast, man. It's got a binary trigger in it. It's nuts. But I was like, I want to duplicate that. So John Rice custom made these for me. These are beautiful wood M-lock inlays or inserts. So I can, put this on the 3 o'clock side, put this on the 9 o'clock side, and then put this shorter one on the 6 o'clock side, and have a vertical grip on it. Yes, I have a vertical grip on it because it is more than 26 inches. So, it's kind of set up like that, right? Like, this is on one side, this is on one side, this is in the middle, and then I have the vertical grip in between there. It's going to be hard to communicate that. You guys get what I'm saying, right? And then also, this thing is baller. A wooden, oversized trigger guard for the AR. And like the way it fits in there with that like little piece, man, this thing is nuts. And he literally like whittles this by freaking hand. Like this is no joke, man. And I've installed this and taken it off a couple times. The only reason that I don't have it on right now is because you got to set it off with the grip. So this is an AR grip converter to accept 1911 grips. And there's nothing more boomer and nothing more FUD than 1911 grips on an AR. The problem is that it makes it thick, and the safety selector switch would not roll over. And because I'm rolling it to binary to a third position, it was bumping and getting in the way. So I just got to find a shorter connector. And I wasn't ready to take my Dremel to a $400 trigger, to the selector of a $400 trigger. So it would be this, and then obviously, or it would be switch. It's this. This is mine. I'm not saying this is what I'm giving away. I'm just showing y'all. The wooden, oversized AR trigger guard right here, and then of course the M-lock slots for the rail, and then all this on an AR, right, with that battle worn bazooka green. Like, oh, dude, it's so sick. I will actually pull it up when I get a minute, and I'll show you. Oh wow, DLD After Dark, such thick dark wood. I'm just kidding. I want a different stain and all. I'm making my own wood and lock stuff. Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. Good for you. See, self-sufficiency proves itself to be valuable again. I love weird wood grain. Take the Dremel to the wood grip. Yeah, I consider that, man. So I can do work on polymer. I can do repairs on polymer. I can do metal work. I can do all that, but I've never really done woodwork, you know? He said, "Let me get that shit, Dark. It is fire, right? It is fire. Not as fire as that strike AR though, but I'll put it together. I'm thinking. So I still have this in John Rice. This would be the biggest compliment to your work. I have the Carnicon lower, and not only do I have the Carnicon lower, but I got to get these guys on the show too, man. I keep forgetting that ish. I got the Carnicon lower and the Carnicon upper super carbine, and you'll see it's Palmetto State Defense, and you can see it says knock knock. Who is it? America, motherfucker. This is just a beautiful thing right here, man. And then on this side, you have boom, Carnicon Special Edition. And then the same thing. And I know I'm literally holding it together with Christmas wire right here because I got a whole bunch of lowers and build stuff just in it. I got so much unfinished stuff, but I got to dump money into each thing. So I'm like, let me just do what I got. I sport wood regularly. Yeah, I was talking to a homie today, and I think it was Rich. I think it was Flying Rich, and I was diagnosing a problem with a build, and I was like, "Is it abnormally hard?" And it was Rich and Crump on the other line, and they were like, "Say again?" I was like, "Oh, you know, talking about guns and builds like that, man. You can fuck around and say, you know, Dark hangs that shit off his tree every year. Yes, bro, I would totally love to. But that's from Palmetto State Defense. Show them some love, man. They're an excellent company, and they came to the rescue when Dugan needed some help, and they literally brought that shit back from like the dead, T-Zone Hard. And they were like, all right, let's do this, and all the profits will go to Dugan and his family. And that's incredible that they did that. And I need to get them on because I was talking with the dude. I think he was the owner, and you know, yeah. So I'm gonna get them on. But PSD, correct, not PSA. Palmetto State Armory and Palmetto State Defense are different companies. Palmetto State Defense was the company that actually did the original lower with Dugan and Carnicon and all those guys. And the dope thing about it is if you pop open that upper, if you shotgun the upper open and you take a look in it, it is literally an M16 style lower. Now, it is not illegal. It is milled. It's got the shelf. It is 07, 02 ready, short of, third pen, which is cool for, SOTs that want to do stuff like that. Even the upper, there's actually that slight recession in the upper for the little sear pocket. Buy a dagger, one of those lever action special deal shotguns. Cool as shit. Lever action special deal shotguns. I did always want one of those 1887, I think it is, the 1887 12 gauge lever actions, the Terminator joint. But I don't know, man. The ones that I could afford that weren't actual Winchesters were like the Century Arms imported one, and I wanted one so bad. Like when I started to see the commercials for the shit and like the Chiappa one and all that, and then I picked one up and I was like, bro, this shit's like 17 pounds. This is crazy. You took the words from my mouth. Cannon time. All my uppers are M16 uppers. Hell yeah. 1912. No, not 1912. This is like the 1887. This is the original Terminator shotgun where he's, which if you guys go to, PSA is good to go. PSA is excellent. I got a bunch of their stuff. The only thing that I do, which it may be just me being weird, is I replace the gas tubes on uppers that they've built because I just feel like their gas tubes may be a little cheap, Chinesium maybe. And I'm like, all right, if I'm going to be running this on something that's like a potentially a life and liberty kind of build or gun assembly, whatever, um, then I want like a BCM gunfighter, gas tube in there, because if the one part that is designed specifically to fail is going to be like, if that's the one thing that's going to go down, I want that part to be the best possible part that I can put in there. And BCM gunfighter is excellent for the money, for all that stuff. um, by the way, Ralph, I'm looking for oh, thank you, Dirk. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you guys are looking for gas tubes, any parts or anything like that, you'll see the link that Dirk just dropped. That's the I think that's the Brownells. Well, no, that's the Palmetto State Armory link. So we do have an affiliate link for Palmetto State Armory. So if you guys are already going to order something, then use that link. There's no discount code or anything like that. But if you're already going to purchase something, it would provide some support to the channel. And also, there's a guest who definitely turned rainbow colors after a couple hundred rounds. Yeah, yeah. That's what I just like. I just like to be safe a little bit. Oh no, you're good. You're good. And then I got the Brownells link, the JSD link, and HCM link. But you don't have to drop the HCM link because they are in the midst of rebranding currently. Without full auto, you won't melt or break a gas tube. Correct. Highly likely that you will not melt down a gas tube. I mean, you basically got to go to like, depending on the gun and the quality, anywhere from like 700 to 900 rounds in one sitting to blow a gas tube. And you're probably going to have bigger problems if you're running through 700 to 900 rounds back to back in one sitting. How are you carrying that, bro? Like, unless you're running like, belts of it through your, whatever. Oh yeah, there go the Brownells one. Thanks, brother. Honestly, man, I saw JC Supply actually got some P80s in, and I'm starting to think like, man, like I got a little stack of them, but I do not have enough, man. I do not have enough. Like, I refuse. I will never ever order a P80 and go to a gun shop and do a 4473 for a frame that I'm going to build. I mean, obviously in the future I'm just going to print shit anyway, but still, like, I absolutely refuse to. So the only things I'm going to build on P80s are going to be what I'm getting, like, now before the 120-day cap, because I'm just not going to do that. CMMG, yeah, CMMG is no shit. I need to get CMMG Mike on here too. All right, so here's some of the things too. So I want to go over with you guys. So I will be giving this away, not this specific one, but John Rice has the exact same thing. It is the wooden trigger guard. It is oversized just like this. They're very similar, but each one is different because each one is literally hand done. Excuse me. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but at the end of the stream, I may just do like a random number generator and then just have you guys, guess based on the funny questions, like how many, penises do you think Flying Rich has touched in his life? And then we'll just go from there. JSD needs to get some new colors in so I can get a 26, 27 build going on. Dude, the 26s are the only ones that are in right now in OD green. Everything is selling out. Go, if y'all have a second, go to P80 right now, P80.com, whatever, paulmurady.com. Paul Murady, Mr. Paul Murady.com, and you'll see that everything is marked to 159 and everything is sold out. If they're not sold out, I will be highly surprised. And everywhere, like if you look on Gunbroker, everywhere else is bumping the prices up of P80s to like $100 to $200. Like, and I'm saying that because if you guys remember, it wasn't but a couple months ago, I was like, guys, jump on these. These are $59. And I was getting them and building them and getting them and building them. And now I got some and I'm like, that's all I got. That's all I got. Oh my goodness, that's all I got. Is that all I'm going to have forever? But anyway, AFF24 boys, appreciate that, man. But I do need to get CMMG Mike on. He was cool as shit to get on here, man. Oh, hell yeah. Dark, don't worry. I'm dropping a P80 rail compatible 3D file pack. Hell yeah. That's what's up, man. I would love to have the MAV9 with P80 rails. Ooh, 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 fire. Yeah, so there's that. And what else was I saying before that? So we'll do the trigger guard giveaway for John Rice. And it'd be dope if you could support the people in the community and be like, hey, if I'm already getting this dope ass like handmade custom wooden trigger guard, it'd be dope to get some like Magpul slots too. But you guys work that shit out. What else was I saying before I moved on? KSC. That's great. Damn, that's a high number. Do the sample buddy, og, a dealer sample buddy, og, an SOT buddy of mine had ran 5 42 round mags in a row without issue. But the rate of fire is a nice smooth 6 to 62 round. So you're talking about in an og, right? 5 42 round mags out of an og is what you're saying? Sorry, I'm just trying to understand. Rocky Brass still has P80s. Get the P80 pack. I'm downloading that virus ASAP for sure. Should I take a drive there? To where? Take a drive to JSD? Dude, that's what I was saying. You missed it, man. I was saying to the person that comes up with the best story for this, they'll win something. They'll win a patch or something. He said, "What's that on your face, bro? What do you think it is, Ralph? Come up with the coolest story you can, or the best story you could possibly think of." Damn, he said 32. Damn. I got my OD Green 19 from Mr. Flying Rich. Got it all done. Just need a burl and a spraying, and it's done. That's what's up, man. Good for you. Bento boys, dude. That's what I want to put a bento together. But there's so many other things I want to print, and no, I have not got my back up and running yet. I know. I got so much other shit I need to do. I got so much shit that's on my mind, and Mrs. Dark kicked the shit out of him. Man, that happens on the regular, bro. She's from New York. She's crazy. She's PP crazy. I should see if P80 has any for locals. Yeah, just knock on that door, walk right in there, and be like, "What up, though?" See what they say. You dropped your phone on your face. I have no idea how that would work, but I got to be honest. Crypto is probably the closest to like what actually happened on my face. It happened on my face. The Armitage Chipman thing is pretty funny. Man, I miss Armitage so much, man. I hope he's okay. DLD After Dark, your wife found that receipt again, didn't she? Damn! Y'all are clowning hard. Lego injury. I don't think it was a Lego injury, but there. Okay, so Legos with a 5-year-old, man. When you go from the big blocks to the baby, man, ouchie, ouchie. Okay, hold on. It looks like we have somebody calling in again. Who is this? Dirt, is that you? Is that you again?
McGarty here. Bad news. Burger weather is not in season right now. You're going to have to wait. Also shave my head.
Also, I shaved my head. I think he's okay. Last I heard, he was basically. Well, I don't want to put his business out, man. If he wants to, he can come out and say it. But just pray for him, man. And Armitage, brother, if you're out there and you're listening and you're lurking, miss you, love you, would love to have you back on, man. And yeah, you're one of us, bro. So let us know what we can do to help, man. I hate this shit. I feel so powerless when, like, if you guys were here a few episodes ago, I mentioned that somebody was diagnosed with cancer. And then somebody else was like, yeah, I was diagnosed with cancer. Somebody else is like, yeah, I'm going through chemo. Someone else is like, yeah, I got diagnosed. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God. Like, every single time we sit and we're like in our cars and we're like, damn, I'm late. And, I didn't get to eat breakfast and blah, blah, like all the trivial shit that we complain about. Like, man, there are so many other things going on right now that are like way more heavy than the type of shit we got to complain about, man. So just be grateful. Like, find a way. And this is one of the things I've been doing. I've been trying to find ways to like peak my gratitude, right? So small things, like instead of saying like I have to go pick my daughter up, I'm saying in my head like I get to go pick my daughter up, right? Like it's not an obligation or a chore. It is an opportunity, right? It's I get to go pick up my daughter. I get to cook dinner. I get to vacuum. I get to build a gun or whatever. It's a completely different perspective, and it'll help you shift your perspective like literally 100% when you're like instead of I have to versus I get to. Game changer. So what happened to Dark's face? So you guys got to guess. I will tell you guys on the stream. You can't really tell, but it is swollen as a mug, and it kind of hurts to the touch. Ow, ow, man! Look at that vein there, bro. I could have probably hit that back in the day. Oh yeah. Anyway, y'all gotta guess, and then I also will tell you, the gummies came alive like in Sausage Party. Damn. Holy there's a panther here. It's cornered by the neighbor's German Shepherd. He keeps what is a watchdog at his shop. It's making crazy mountain lion noises and bro, go out there with a belt fed and send it back to the earth from whence it came. Panthers are dope. Oh, he's filming it. He's filming it. That first thought, I'm not gonna lie, first thought. In Virginia, if you see a coyote, you are allowed to shoot it, even within city limits. You will, well, from what I understand, you will not be charged with discharging a firearm within city limits because they are considered menace animals. You should be able to put that ish down. They used to give you a bounty. They used to actually give you money for every coyote that you killed and turned in. Flying Rich says, Dark diagnosed my problem as being too hard. Yeah. I was like, well, tell me, Rich, is it abnormally hard? You had to be there. I want some Panthers for my second level security. Bro, right? If I could set up some Panthers, like some foyer Panthers, and put some Tannerite vests on them, right? See what I'm saying? There you go. Make a Panther rug. Oh, man. You got cock socks. Not it. Exactly, bro. Some dads would love to do that. I don't know which part you're referring to, so I will refrain from touching that one. He said, wear that bitch around. Hell yeah. Panthers are no joke, man. I've seen them do some terrible things. Dark took a surprise mollywop from an old fraternity brother. It's cool, man. It happens to the best of us. Damn, do I look like a fraternity type of dude? Is that? I guess I don't know. I probably sound like one every now and then. Glock plunger spring got loose and hit Doc's face. Yeah, that's a good one. Dark made a move for that last ego. Lego my ego. Spider bite. Spider-Man coming soon. I was trying to teach my daughter how to do that, and I was like, no, like it's these fingers that I was like, whatever. And in the new cartoon, they're like, wow. I'm like, man, get out of here with that shit, man. That's soft, that shit. Far left family member on Easter. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, stream that shit. Dark walked into the door, going to the bathroom at night while half asleep. That's, I mean, a good guess. I do lots of mushroom brews with all the dicks. That's great. Sir McGurk, when we see you in a tight skirt anchoring the Weather Channel. Man, y'all are terrible, man. Dark's face, laser tag accident with actual lasers. Oh, shit. Hippos and gators. Picking up the kids. DLD After Dark just got a wee bit luckier than Kentucky Ballistics when he shot a hot round out of the 50. Ooh, yeet. Dark stumbled in the dark. That's a good one too. Dark was in a hobo fight. All right, so I'll man, you guys got so many good ones. I only got to pick up my oldest daughter once every other Friday. I was thrilled to go get her. Dang, see, that's what I'm saying, y'all. Like, when we say like, man, I have to go pick up my daughter or whatever, like, there is somebody out there that is like, I only get to see my daughter like, once every other weekend or like whatever. That is like, I get to. It's see everything as an opportunity, man. It's all perspective, man. You control your mind, your mindset, and all of that, all of that. Fight with Van Damme. That that's a good one. AFT was at the door, and you were looking through the peephole when they kicked it in. Damn! Then they shot your Tannerite dog, and they're not there anymore. That's a good one. Light injury. Ooh, that's for Ralphie. Oh man, that's good. All right, so I'll give you guys a few options. Okay. So option number one, this is leftover from a road rage incident, and in the incident, I was punched in the face. And then in that incident where I was punched in the face, I got out of the car and dropped that dude like that. And then as I'm looking at his snoozing self on the ground, I look in the car and I see that there's a child in the back seat. So I do what any other, level-headed adult would do, and I got in my car and drove away. So that's option one. Option two is I fell asleep, and I fell asleep on my phone like that. And for hours, my phone was smashed against my face with my whole big ass dome piece weight against it. And no, you look like an ICP guy to me. That's great. Juggalos. More of a twisted Dark Lotus kind of guy myself. No video, not true. Hands don't look it. Well, you can always see if you can see it there. Damn, you can barely see it. There's remnants of somebody's braces in there. There's like a perfect scar. The shadow's messing it up. Oh, there it kind of looks like a heart right in there. That is a scar from someone's braces. And after I removed my fist from his face, I realized that there was a piece of his braces in my hand, and that steel wire was literally stabbed in there, and I had to. That was one. Another option. Got in a fight with one of my friends, and was challenged to a slap boxing match, and proceeded to slap box for about 7 to 10 minutes, and we both ended up with marks on our face, like clear and defined marks on our face. And it was a coworker. I mean, it could be a coworker. So there are 3 options for you guys. I'll let you pick 1, 2, or 3. Dark, drop the soap in the bathroom and slip and fall. Dang. Slaps evolve into fists, man. It ain't easy. Dark confirmed frat boy. Beating up brace face nerds. Nah, that was, man, I saw, oh, man. So he passed away. He's dead now. But as are most of my friends from substance abuse, unfortunately. Substance abuse in the lifestyle. But I was kind of messing with this chick that was like not really out of a relationship. She thought she was out of the relationship. Homie was still hanging around and coming to the house. Like she would party every weekend, and I went over there, and I'm like, getting intimate with this chick, and we go in the closet just to like back then. This was years and years and years ago. I used to smoke weed, and this is forever ago, years way beyond the statute of limitations. And we went in the closet just to smoke. So we go in and we start chiefing in there, and then we hear all this commotion outside, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is this? So we walk out, and he like walked in the room and was, like, where is she, kind of stuff, whatever. He still thought she was wifey. She wasn't, didn't want to be. And he sees me and her walk out of the closet. So it was the first thing he thinks, like, of course. And I was, not at that exact moment, but I was. And this huge thing breaks out, and he's like, hold me back, bro, basically. And a couple dudes are there, like, holding him back. And I'm basically like, bro, like, just leave it alone, drop it, like, whatever. And he comes as we're kindly escorting him out of the home. Um, he thought he would get one blow in, and he mopped her right across not even the face, like her entire head. And if you want to get me pissed off, hit a girl in front of me. Hit a girl in front of me, and it's like, it's just like, hit the switch. Like, usually, it depends, right? Um, Especially if there's any like emotional investment in the girl. And he just whole hand, like palm to middle finger, just mop right on the side of her head. And I literally just like pushed him through the door, and he stumbled back, and he thought about it because I had had interactions with him in the past. I knew him and his sister and his family, and he kind of like started to square up, like he wanted to do something, and then realized that it was a bad idea. And I was just like, nah. And I just wham hit him with that right hand. And then his braces stabbed me. And God, man, that feeling, like, oh, there was like a noise with it when you pull the metal wire, like, and it was like hooked, pulling the metal wire of someone's braces out of my knuckle. Oh, and it's all like nerves and meaty in there. Oh man. Like in person you can see that it's like definitely like someone's braces, but with this light and shit. Let me see. Let me see if this helps. Yeah, you cannot see shit. Whatever, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm a fucking random dude on the internet. I could be saying anything. And that's sick, bro. Yeah, so I knocked him out, and like he literally was slept. And at that point, the neighbors came out, and they're like, "What's going on?" I'm calling the cops, and we were riding a little dirty, and so we were like, "All right, f this." I was like, "All right, baby girl, I gotta bounce," and I dipped, ran a little ways around the way, and there was this area. Let's see what we called them, but they were courts. Okay, they were basketball courts, and there was a grip load of bushes out there, and we literally just hid in the bushes. And as the police went around and they looked, we literally just hit them with the merry-go-round, and we're moving as they were moving. And dude, one time, oh man, I got a story about running from the police that I was literally like within 12 feet of the police for like 3 hours. Swear to God, almost 3 hours in freezing temperatures. Like it was snowing, and I was outside in a t-shirt carrying a gun. Uh, hmm, well, fuck it, I already said it. Carrying a gun, extra mags, like all that shit, at a party, and yeah, uh, maybe I shouldn't tell that one. That was good. A bovine. I love it when people use that word. A bovine. That always reminds me of the Carnicon video where now I know what you're saying. You're saying Dugan. My sister's what do you say? my aunt's my sister, and I got the forearms of a bovine or something like that. That shit kills me every time, man. Oh man. Or my wife's my sister, or whatever that shit. Fuck that pussy. He deserved it. I know, man. He did. Like you don't hit. And this chick was tiny, bro. She was I mean, she was an adult. Like, let me just start by saying that. But she was tiny, man. She was a gymnast, like not like a real gymnast, but she was just a little chick, man. And he just mollywopped her. I didn't even like in my mind, in my memory, as I'm recalling this event, I can't even think of like what her reaction was if she fell, if she. But I didn't even like the moment that it happened, I immediately turned and just whoosh. Yeah, that was bad. Um, yeah, but this other incident, that would be good. Dark, you need to do an episode of just your hoodlum days. That would be good. I would just need to make sure I don't say anything that could actually still get me in trouble. Um, but I'm talking about like when I was okay, so a long, 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 long time ago, 5 lifetimes ago, um, we would party every weekend, right? Friday night and Saturday night, we would always party. And I ended up, this was so not the intention of the stream. I'm sorry, guys, but hey, it's good content for y'all. Spinner, yeah. I fucked her on the hood of my car, bro. All over my car, actually, inside and outside. And she was a swallower. I think every chick was a swallower back then. What happened? Jesus, blacked out. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say blacked out because like I'm there's like times where out of anger you truly black out, right? Like you are not there, right? It is just like whoomp, and you're just like, and which is dangerous because that's when you could die because you're only hyper focused on that one thing, that one person, that one, you know, uh, event that, whatever that triggered you or blacking out of anger is exceptionally dangerous, man. And you got to get your emotions in check to where you don't care much about stuff. And once you have the conversation with yourself that you're prepared to sacrifice anything and everything, then shit matters a little bit less to you. And that's really sad to say out loud. But anyway, so back in the day, we used to party every Friday night, every Saturday night, sometimes on Sundays too. Um, if you hit girls, you're a baby back bitch, basically. Donkey lunch. I think you meant donkey punch, but I'll accept it. Um, so we went out to this party, and as we walked in, the dude was like, "Yeah, you got to take off your shoes. You got to take off your this. You got that. Like, you can't bring." He started coming out with like all these rules, and we're like, "Bro, what's up? Like, are we allowed to be here? Are you allowed to be here? Like, what's the deal?" He's like, "Yeah, yeah, we good, we good, we good." This dude is known for being like um, um a little rebellious about everything in every possible sense of the word rebellious. Absolutely rebellious. A rebellion absolutist. And we go over there and, got to take off our shoes and this and that and like whatever. So we're drinking, we're having a good time, and we're all being very, very loud. It's on a Friday night, and it is in the winter time, and it is freezing outside. I am not 21 years of age, but still have access to handguns and things like that. And I should probably tell the story in the third person as if somebody else was going through the situation, but whatever. Um, and we're over there, we're drinking, we're being loud as hell. I got a handgun on me. I had a full size Glock 17 and a Galco. Um, it's like a Galco high rise holster. It's like one of the thumb break belt holsters, but it holds it like super high up. Like the shit's like almost like to your ribs, right? So it conceals very well, especially if you just throw a hoodie on. So I'm usually not like a winter jacket kind of dude. Like car sex is so hard now. I know, bro. And I rock like a hoodie and a vest, a hoodie and vest, something like that. And, so that way I can kind of wear it wherever, right? I can wear it outside, I can wear it inside, I can wear it, you're a little warm inside, but you're a little cool outside. So it's like you can just wear it wherever. You don't have to worry about shedding layers and shit like that. So anyway, I went over there, ended up taking my hoodie off and shit. We were playing beer pong and all that. We're being so fucking loud, and there's a knock at the door, and it's the police. So the way I grew up is if you are under the age of 21 and the police knock on the door, you are out of there. I have jumped off decks. I have jumped from second story windows. I literally lifted up chicks that I was like, we're running. They're like, oh, I don't want to run anywhere. I'm like, no, I want to fuck you tonight. So you're coming with me, and like brought them over a fence. Like Karen, I even remember her name. Oh man, gorgeous. And like to get the fuck away from a charge, kids were getting hit left and right when I was a kid. So anyway, police comes to the door, okay? And he's like, chill, it's all good. I got this. So like, okay. So he goes to the door and he's like, turns around and he's like, hello? And he's talking like with his back to the door like this, and he's like, I'm not gonna answer it. Go away. Oh no, we've gotten reports of noise, da da da. You gotta like let us in, talk to us. Like, no, go away. And we're like, bro, like all you had to do was go to the door, open it, we would shut the fuck up, and you just talk to him and say everything's okay. Sorry about the noise, blah 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 blah. So the moment that started happening, I was like, I am like out. Pew, dip out of the back, go. So all my stuff, my jacket, hoodie, whatever, is behind. Everything else is on my person. And I pew out of the back, went downstairs, and I am in freezing cold weather in jeans and a t-shirt. And I had already heard other police coming, and I just ran out back and I ran around to the second house, to the next door house. And there's one fence, not even a whole fence. Like there's one line. So there's two townhouses next to each other and only one fence, that one like wall fence, not a hole in, if that makes sense. So it's not a square. It's just a line that separates the two properties. And I whipped around there mad quick, and I swear to God, it was like a matter of like seconds. I swooped in there, and I was like about to be like standing on the back patio, like smoking a cigarette, like, hey guys, what's going on next door? Like pretending to be the homeowner or something. But I didn't want to get locked up. So I was like, I want zero interaction with the police. So I popped back in, like down into the corner, facing the wall with like my back to the next door neighbor's fence, and I'm staring at the fence wall. Next door is where all the cops are. So they start piling up. Dude refuses to open the door for like hours. I'm talking like 2 to 3 hours. I don't remember exactly, but the entire time I was listening to the police, and this gave me a really bad perception of police, because this whole time, so they were like, take your taser and shine in the laser on the people in the house, like trying to scare the people into opening the door. They were trying to talk other people into opening the door, and it basically was treated as like a hostage situation because they had no idea why the dude would not just open the fucking door. And they're like, no, this is treated way differently. Like we're talking years ago, more than a decade ago, because I wasn't 21 at that point. And I'm sitting there freezing cold to the point of like near psychosis. Okay. I was like, I'll just stand up and I'll just shoot my way out of here. And I'm like, no, Dark, stop it. Like, no, you're not going to do that. Or I'll just wait for the moment to when they're not looking, or I'll just pretend that I'm a neighbor and walk in and be like, hey, what's going on, guys? And like, no, you'll get arrested. It's not worth it. So this entire time, I'm spending hours outside. I am huddled up, sitting on the cold ground, getting my ass all wet. It is literally snowing. Snowflakes are like falling on like my arms and head and shoulders and shit. And I am just freezing there, but I'm listening. I'm getting to listen to all the cops sit there and shine their taser lasers on the people inside the house. I'm hearing them saying like, "Oh, I can't wait to tase one of these fuckers." Like, dude, they were talking about the people inside as if they were human pieces of shit, and they could not wait to try. And I have no problem with law enforcement, right? Like currently, I do not have a problem with law enforcement. I have a problem with some things that are obviously, natural, like encroaching on our natural rights that are given to us by God and guaranteed by the Constitution, of which they take an oath to. But you know, I digress. So I'm sitting out there the entire time, and they're talking about bringing canines, and I'm like, oh my God, canine comes here. The first thing they're gonna do is like, I smell a motherfucker right there. And after like over 2 hours, somewhere between 2 and 3 hours, the dude finally opens the door. They bust the party and only arrest him because he was the one that was like, apparently everyone probably snitched on him. But I still had like people inside. And I was like texting my friends and I was like, bro, please get my jacket, please. So I end up leaving, walking away in a t-shirt, okay, walking away the moment that they all kind of poured around to the front where the door was open, and somebody ended up opening the back door too, so they all piled in there, and I just peeled off to the left and walked away, and I walked all the way around through all this nasty, slushy, muddy, grassy areas up to the sidewalk, and I walked past the main street, and the moment that I walked out to the main street, it was like cop, 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 cop. But all their cars were sitting with their blues on, and no police were in them. I think I walked past one car that had like police in there, but I was just like, just walking. And I finally got back to my car, and my people were finally let out, and they were just, allowed to leave. And finally got my hoodie, and I will not, I will never forget that moment that I got back to my car and I was able to turn it on and blast the heat. And I was like, like, dude, when you get cold to a point like that, like it literally drives you to a point of like pure psychosis. Nothing makes sense. You start thinking crazy shit. It's crazy. Is this when you decided to become a vet? This is when I said, you know what? I really be the one want to be the one with the taser instead of being the one inside the door. You get what I'm saying? No, this is when I decided, everyone's the opposition. John Crump Live, thank you, brother. Appreciate the $2 super chat. Appreciate you. Yes, John. He got initiated earlier. See the bruise? Yeah, this is my squadron, or what do you call it? Station option 69. All right, I'll tell you guys what happened, and then we're going to talk about some real stuff with the channel. Ow, that kind of hurts. Out of the three options, option one, and I'll let you guys get your final guesses in, okay? This is just fun to do shit like this, okay? Anyone else would be like, oh yeah, this happened, right? I'm like, bro, y'all got to guess this shit, all right? Hold on, I need some nicotine, sorry. Hey, why you in them bushes? Loud noise. Yeah, dude. There's so many times that like literally, I swear to God. So I was on the other side and I was like huddled up in a ball, and a cop literally went around the corner and shined his flashlight against that fence line and then turned it off and went back over on the other side. I was like, ooh. Like I had already submitted to the fact that I was caught already. And the moment that I got pat down, they were gonna freak out, throw me on the ground, and I was gonna go to jail. But I was like, the longer I'm outside, the less alcohol that's gonna be in my system. So I'm just gonna sit here and shut up and not do anything. And that's what I did, and I was safe because of it. Nope, it was a Girl Scout squad that he robbed. come for their payment. It's a pimple that wouldn't pop. Oh man, that'd be a big ass pimple. You guys really can't see how swollen it is, like with this lighting. Like it's no bueno. It's puffy. It's puffy. Sean Puffy Combs. So check your corners, right, dude? Honestly, like I could have done terrible things to those police officers. Like all he had to do was use the spillover of the light to just glance at me. He literally missed a person that had 18, 17, 17, 10, 20, 30, 40, 51 rounds of 9mm ammo within 12 feet of them. Of course, I wasn't like going to do anything like that or crazy like that. Like, but what if it was somebody that was dangerous, right? What if it was somebody that was like waiting on too many choices? That's a deep conversation, and it depends, right? I love my Swamp Fox, but it depends. Let me know what application you're looking for, and I'll give you my best advice. Um, and yeah, check your corners, check everything, right? I think nowadays the level of training that police get versus like back then, they would not have missed me at all. I would have absolutely been in cuffs. I may have been released, who knows? But yeah. So number one is it was a road rage situation where I got punched in the face, got out, dropped homeboy, and then after I knocked him out and was looking at him on the ground to the side of the street, I looked in the back of his car and I saw that there was a child in his car seat. So I did what any level headed American would do, and I jumped in my car and I sped off as quickly as I could. That's option one. Option two is I fell asleep on my phone. And as I slept like that for hours and hours and hours, it imprinted in my face, because this is from several days ago, it imprinted in my face the sharp corner of a cell phone in my face with the weight of my dome piece laying on my phone. That's option two. Option three is I was challenged by a friend slash coworker to a slap boxing competition, of which we both left with lots of markings on our face. Yeah. So I'll let you guys figure that out, and then I'll tell you. Now Dark slumped the kid too. Slap boxing. See, that's what I was gonna say. I'm more of a Swampo Sun Hollow Fox kind of guy, myself. Okay, so here's the deal. So number one is a true story. Kind of. I got in a road rage incident. I used to be really reckless back in the day, and there was this older man that was like getting on my ass and speeding up and flicking me off and trying to pull up on the side of me on a single lane road, 25-mile-an-hour road, and dude was just going ape shit, right? And I did nothing. Like for me, I didn't even know what I did, right? It's probably something like just being a young zoomer and driving too fast or too slow or something, two world wars. And the dude pulled up on side of me on a one lane road and was like, "Get the fuck out of the car." Okay. Farmer James, I stand by my Girl Scout death story. Could be, they'll never be seen again. He pulled up alongside of me and said, "Get the fuck out of the car." Now, when somebody says that, and then he started to pull over and slow down, and I started to slow down and pull over, the first one out the car wins, hands down, right? So this was two truths and a lie, kinda. Not really. I'll tell you. So I got out when I saw him get out of the car. It was the split second that I was getting out of the car. I got out. I don't wear a seatbelt ever. I will not. And I shot out of there and I ran up to him. And as I was running up to him, he was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, bud?" And I came up and I just clocked him right in the jaw, dropped him immediately. because I thought he was going to start swinging on me. Now, looking back, it's stupid. I never should have gotten out of my car. I never should have stopped. Should have kept going. Should have avoided it. And then if he is the one that continues to, cause a problem, then I defend myself against him, right? But I was young and stupid back then. So I dropped his ass. I'm not a super fast dude. I'm not a super strong dude. But if I catch your ass with one good right hand, you're going out. You're going out. If I caught myself with a good right hand, my ass is going out. And after I dropped him, I kind of had that, like, that's what you get, bitch, kind of moment. And then I looked up and there's a kid in the car crying. And that shit forever changed my ass. Because I was like, holy shit. Number one, what a piece of shit father for you to be running around getting in fights with kids, like willing to get out of your car and square up with a kid while you have a child, presumably your child. Hopefully not, but I mean, I guess hopefully, but presumably, I presume that it was his child, and you want to get out and fist fight somebody over a road rage, over a traffic violation, a violation in your eyes, like, get the fuck out of here. But what changed me was that, like, nothing is ever as it seems, right? Like, it seemed to me that there was one man, and that one man was trying to fight me. What I didn't realize is that I probably impacted that child's life in a negative way somehow. I don't know how old the kid was, probably 2 to 3, something like that. And he saw daddy get slumped and dropped and fell asleep like a baby with his ass in the air when I dropped his ass. And it's not something good, right? It's not something that I'm bragging about, right? I feel terrible about the incident. But it is true, but that was from, man, a long time ago. I'll just say that. I don't want to put a timeline on it, but that was from a very long time ago. And I am not encouraging anybody to do anything like that. It was terrible, and don't do shit like that. Don't fight. I've gotten in many fist fights while carrying a handgun and never drew my handgun because you don't bring a lethal item to a non-lethal confrontation, right? And it kind of, you know, adjusted the way that I thought about things because it was like, man, like any situation, once you carry a firearm for self defense and self preservation, like any situation you get into could potentially turn. You taught that kid not to start shit you can't finish. True that. Any situation that you get into could potentially become a lethal situation, right? Like, let's say you just get in a fist fight, and sometimes you're down to just throw hands, and like, yeah, I may have a gun on me, but I'm not going to draw a gun during a fist fight, and it pisses me off. Oh, John Rice, hopefully you were here earlier. You got lots of shout out. I talked about your wood. I talked about how hard your wood is, and we're going to give away the thingamajigger, the oversized wooden handmade trigger guard tonight because I failed the last 2 attempts to give it away. I just forgot. Um, so where was I at? Yeah, it taught me that basically any situation that you get into could become a lethal situation. So don't do stupid shit. And yeah, there's that. Crump, if I told you where this was, you would laugh your ass off because he grew up in the same city. So there's that. But anyway, number 2 was the truth. I did fall asleep. So I usually go to bed with like my AirPod in my ear and I'm listening to shit, as I sleep because I'm weird like that. Whether I'm watching a movie or watching YouTube shit, I go to sleep with my AirPod in my ear all the time. And I fell asleep and had my phone in my hand. And I guess as I turned over, I literally turned over and like it was just aligned like perfectly to where in between like the case and the phone, my big ass dome piece was just pressing on it the whole time. And it was just like freaking like throbbing, man. That shit was so ouchy when I woke up. More taekwondo and a little BJJ. I actually am a first degree black belt in taekwondo. DLD After Dark was Crump, a Dungeons and Dragons type of kid growing up. So funny enough, he grew up with one of my one of my brothers. I did not grow up with him. He's damn near 10 years older than me. Um, Funny enough. Um, so he grew up with one of my brothers. We didn't even become close until much later on in life. I actually reached out to him a couple years ago and I was like, hey, like, we're doing this thing, I'd love to get you on. And kind of that's how all this shit came about. Because I knew about him from the GOA, from local groups, and I was trying to build a local group at that point. So yeah, that was that. Now the slap boxing with a coworker is a true story, but that was also years back, and that was a dude that wouldn't stop talking shit. And yeah, we grew up in the same town, same city, um, and everybody else challenged us to slap box. And when you start slap at first, it just starts out like that little like pop, 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 and then it's like whop, whop, and then it always escalates to something that is like way worse that people have to get broken up. Yeah, it's bad. Just saying. And that was also a true story, but not with this incident. So that's from my phone. So imagine going out in your life, in your professional world, trying to explain what happened to normal ass people. Yeah, I never played Dungeons and Dragons. I literally never. I know my brothers had like the little like game playing thing where like they had like I think like magnetic pieces or something or metal pieces that like it made noises when you move the characters or something like that. But I never played that shit. Um, I just always fucked with different shit when I was growing up, man. I was like making like toy guns out of toilet paper and paper towel rolls and running around the house with a Gatling gun, right? Paper towel roll with a bunch of toilet paper rolls around it. Yeah, that was my Gatling gun, man. You ever choked someone so good they started it, but you both fell out at the same time? What? You ever choked someone so good they started it, but you both fell out at the same time? Oh, like if you're both choking each other? No, not like that. I have choked someone out, like to the point where they went out. It's kind of interesting if you do some research on it. Like you're actually, interestingly enough, like people think they're safe when someone starts choking them out, and they're like, "Oh, I can still breathe. I just need to get a hand in here and whatever, and like elbow my way out of it." Like, no, it's not your air that you should be worried about. It is the blood flow to your brain that you should be worried about. And I've been choked out before, and a good, like a perfect execution. This dude, Spanish cat, jumped behind me and literally jumped on my back. And I mean, got a solid lock and just yeet. And within 2 seconds, I was fading already. Like, unless you are like so hyper trained to react to that, to where you can literally like, shove your hands in there and like, oh, like you got to react like you got 2 seconds, man, basically, because you're going to be so weak on that third second and beyond. You're just going to wake up, and you may wake up with your gun removed from your waistband and a barrel pointing at you, you know. So be easy, man. It's so great to see all these channel members up in here, man. Corn Pop, Dirt McGurr, Jeff Crump, Mike McClune, John Crump Live, all y'all, man. Look at this, all this green names. I love that shit. What's up, PC? It's cracking, fam. Good to see you. It's called Vag something. I don't believe I'm aware. Pull down the arm and look to the side. Yeah, turning is important because it gets the pressure off your carotid artery. If you go up and you're able to either get your forearm up there or get your hands out and use your hands to turn, like to widen up the space. Your two hands, like the amount of muscles that you have in your hands, if you can get your two hands in there and you can turn them and turn your neck and get just enough space to let that blood flow back, you'll buy yourself additional seconds to where you can fight back. But that's why, so I usually, in my what my wife calls my Batman utility belt, I do keep a handgun on me, obviously, at all times. I keep a backup magazine. Oh shit, PC, Chinamemba, Chinamemba. Damn, bro, look at that shit. Damn, man, look at that. G23, what up, man? Good to see you, bro. Look at that. Everyone, give a big round of applause to PC for becoming the newest Chinamemba, Chinamemba. Carotid sinus, yep, yep. Is Art talking about fisting vaginas? Oh, Jeff Cron says, Chinamemba, Chinamemba. That's what's up, man. Fuck yeah, brother. Thank you, man. No, so it's kind of a reason that I keep an extra tool on me that I didn't used to keep. So I carry my handgun. I carry a backup magazine, not because I feel like I may need to reload on a threat, but because like your first mag may shit the bed. Okay. And if your first mag shits the bed, and I'm looking at 20 rounds on the ground and a floor plate and a magazine body, you know, like how naked you would feel, like going from 21 rounds to a single shot Glock like that. Like, hell no, won't be me. So I keep a reload on me. I know it's not popular in the self-preservation community, but I never understood that shit. Why not carry an extra magazine? Why not carry everything on you that you may possibly need? And I know it drives my wife crazy because she's like, hey, will you check the mail? I'm like, sure. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? Why do you have to go downstairs to your gun room and get all the shit on you and all that? I'm like, bro, I am not walking over the threshold of my home without all the normal shit that I leave. It is a habit. It is a commitment. It is a standard. And I will not go below that standard. That's it. What's up, Chrome Guru? CNT Designs, what's up, brother? I'm only saying I'm shouting out channel members, man. I appreciate y'all a lot, man, for real. So I carry my gun, carry a backup magazine, and then I carry a flashlight. I never used to carry a flashlight, but those little stream lights are like $30, man, and they're just so fucking great. And then I carry the hot sauce, and I carry a blade. What I also started carrying here, I'll show you. Where you at? Sorry, y'all. Hold up. I want to get a few options for y'all. Okay, so first off, in the state of Virginia, the way that the knife rules, laws, whatever work, there's no like length restriction on manual folding knives. So you can carry a manual folding knife that is as large as you want it to be. So the Cold Steel Raja, I used to carry the Raja 1, but I sold that for like $450 because it was discontinued. The Raja 2 is the same thing, but made out of polymer, steel line polymer, and it's a folding kukri blade that's based on the Nepalese Gurkha kukri, but it is a 14-inch folding knife. Okay, the blade is 6 inches. The blade is 6.5 inches. The base is 7.5 inches. So that thing is a beast. And the dope thing about it is when you open it up, so let's say it's in your pocket, when you open it up, you catch the part of the blade just like this. So when I draw my knife, it opens up as I draw it, right? So this is literally like ready to go as I deploy it. This is the same system that was designed by Andrew Dimko, and it's got the Andrew Dimko pocket wave It's it's awesome. It's also got the triad lock on it. You can beat the piss out of these knives, man. And this thing will unzip. Yeah, you guys get it. Anyway, so that's one of my defensive knives that I carry. If you guys are going to carry a knife, let's say in a situation where someone just grabs you from behind or jumps on you, if you needed something, so the dude that gave me this idea is what I would call a super duper high speed operator type of mofo. Yes, the wave feature, but the actual wave is patented by um, uh, what's their asses? Emerson, right? So it's similar to a pocket wave, but it's not exactly the same. Um, so I actually rocked the Spartan for a while. I also rocked the Raja 3 for a while. Anything with the Andrew Dimko pocket wave on there, I am all about that shit. Um, so I ended up selling the Raja 2, sold the Raja 1, and I loved it, but they were just so big. And they're also super expensive, right? So I would go through phases of carrying smaller knives, bigger knives. But this dude that I know that was in like, you know, super duper high speed operator territory was like, you should actually carry a very small, um, yeah, that, yeah, that lock is no joke. It just snaps. Angry Sarge, what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Everyone show Angry Sarge some love. Karambits are great too. Karambits are excellent blades, defensive blades. I wanted something similar, but didn't want the heft, and I wanted some, another option. So I picked up this Cold Steel. What is it called? The Luzon, Luzon. Now they make a smaller version of this. This is the larger version. This is also a 14.5-inch blade. The reason that if you're carrying something for self-defense, self-preservation, and it's something like a knife, that's usually a very close-in tool, like that you have to work on very, very close. Okay, um, that's not good in a self-defense situation, especially if you're going up against somebody with a blade. If your gun goes down, if you run dry, or if your gun ran dry, the question I would ask you is, what do you have to defend yourself? So if you just carry a gun, you should reevaluate other options and alternatives. Not necessarily for you to be in a situation and be like, oh my God, do I go for my gun? Do I go for my hot sauce? Do I go for my blade? Do I go for my. No, you got to kind of evaluate those decisions and like make those commitments to yourself prior to even going out in the world, right? Like if X happens, I'll deploy X and then train to that. If X happens, I'll deploy X and then train to that, and so on and so on. So this gives you leverage, physical leverage. It gives you reach, right? So I can swing this thing from a good distance away. I could choke up on it. I could use it as a tool. I could baton through wood. There's an additional lock on it, so where it pushes a big piece of steel into the liner lock. So I could, and it's like 40 something bucks. It's like $40, $43, and I could literally baton through freaking logs with this if I wanted to. Um, I may sacrifice the knife by doing that, but it's got the flipper, right? But as you see, the other side has the flipper on it too. So when you're drawing this out of your pocket, this catches on the corner of your pocket and it comes out and it opens up. And then that, if you choke down on it, it gives you the handle at the base to where you could swing it effectively, giving you more reach, more leverage, more distance, and slashing. Now this clip point style blade, these do bounce off of clothing depending on the angle that you're swinging from. So you really want to, as you practice, you really want to try to swing the tip, right? The tip is the sharpest point. If you swing and hit with this point here, unless you're hitting a liquid medium directly, you're probably not going to get a cut. This will bounce off of clothing. So you have to understand your tool, what you're using, and be like, okay, I'm going to slash with this from a distance, and I want to sink the tip in and then, flick it with my wrist and kind of drag the tip down, as opposed to just hitting with it right here, because I could honestly probably bounce it off of this a couple times and only have a very small, split in my skin. So, like, see, watch. I'm just kidding. So just kind of get to know your tool. But anyway, so this is one thing, right? It gives you more distance, more reach, more leverage, and depending on what you're going up against, a large knife like this, 14 and a half incher, this is a good option. And they are sharp as feek, from the factory. Now, the dude that I was talking about that's like super duper high speed, Samurai Dundee, the dude that I was talking about was like, what you should do is get a backup blade that is a very small fixed blade and put it in a place that is accessible from either hand, because you need a knife, which is a get the fuck off me knife. He was like, in law enforcement, we carried a backup gun, a backup knife, backup magazines, backup to the backups, like everything was a backup. And you have a backup gun that you can reach. If you can set it up to being, reaching it with both hands. Also, at least with your offhand in emergency, right? It may not be the premier setup, but whatever. But at least a GTFO knife, a get the fuck off me knife, that you can grab with either hand. If someone tries to go for your gun, you can turn their hand into sushi very quickly. And so that's what I did. So this is a cold steel. This is the Pro Tac Mini Tac. This is the Mini Tac, and this is an excellent design. That clip point is, whether you're getting it in a saber style, like downward kind of stabbing motion, or a slashing, or a whittling. If you wanted to whittle some wood, this is a really great option. And the grip is great, and that extra piece in there does definitely add to the retention of the blade. If you've ever tried to work with a wet blade, which there's only a few reasons this will be wet, but if you've ever tried to work with a wet blade, blade retention is everything, right? So if you carry a firearm, right, and let's just say someone goes for your gun, most people are not rocking a level 2 or 3 retention holster for concealed carry, right? So if you have to keep one hand on your firearm, his thought process behind it was keep that hand on your firearm and then, draw this mofo and, tag him up a little bit and change his mind. So right now I have the tech lock on this, because I can just throw it like this, kind of 11, 11:30 like this, and I could either grab it with my right hand, right, or it's like that. I can still grab it from my left hand as well and go to work if I need to as well. That's one. The other thing, for all you people out there that are like, well, I can't spend $50 on a knife. No need to. What I did is I went to Wally World, and even though I hate them, they suck and they're a terrible company, they still have shit that I need and want to buy. And I found this blade. This is I think it's like the Ozark. Yeah, Ozark Trail. Okay. This is honestly a pretty damn good design as far as a dagger or bayonet style blade that is partially serrated, that has really nice teeth on it. It's probably like 440 carbon steel bullshit, but it actually came with a Kydex sheath with a belt clip that kind of fits on a gun belt. It's, I've had better setups, but people in chat, fellow dilders, please guess how much I paid for this setup right here. Now, don't go Googling and shit, but this Ozark Trail knife, which is the same kind of concept as the small cold steel, which These are like 35, 40, 45. I don't fucking remember. They cost dollars. They cost more dollars. $11, $8 for UAV. UAV must have one. Ding 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 ding. UAV. $4.99. I think I may have gotten it for like $4.79, but literally a $5 knife. Like you can't get a Kydex sheath for $5. So, to have an option like this to add on to your tool belt for $5, like bro, that's baller. Dark, you have so much shit. I know, I do. I have a lot of shit, man. If y'all could come in and just see what is in my gun room, you guys would be like, bro, you got a problem, dog. You gotta get this shit under control. I know you can tell where my priorities lie. But there's one more I want to add. Well, number one, if you wanted to 3D print your option and have a non-metallic option, this is a great get off me surprise that you can blowtorch and never see it again. Just saying. Now this may cause a catastrophic, okay, don't fall. All right. In my P80 boxes, here we are. So somebody mentioned the samurai, something like that, something samurai. So this is actually what I had on the tech lock prior. Okay, this is the tech lock for y'all that don't know. You pinch it, it literally locks in. You put it on your belt, and that ish locks on. Like it is not going anywhere. And I had the tech lock on this. This is the I brought the box down. This is the cold steel. I'm a cold steel head. Sorry. This is the cold steel Kyoto 1. This is a very small tanto blade. Okay, the tantos are very effective at a few things, and though you don't have the same level of retention, right? You just have a straight grip on it. It's got a really nice. It's a fake wrap, right? This is a what do you call it? Craton or whatever grip, Grivery, Craton, whatever grip. It's just a straight grip, and it's got that slight angle towards it that just gives you a really good level of leverage there for that point. And man, that thing. This is AUS 10A steel, I think. And oh no, I'm sorry. This is the 8CR13 MOV. I got a couple others too that are my go-to. Like Sport, bro. If I had a mini tech lock for the win, hell yeah, mini tech locks are so sick. Sport, if I had a Kydex rig for that, what's the name of it? It's the backwards knife. God damn, I forgot the name, dog. Got that penetration, brother. 4-inch fixed blade old timer, $21.99, best knife you'll ever own. I kept seeing that. I think I saw it actually at Walmart, but I didn't open the box. But it was just like 20 boxes of old timers in there, and I was like, it's probably not my style. I'm not an old timer, Have you tried the Spike series? Yes, I have. I never kept one. I usually gave them away. I actually ended up picking up an actual Spike, like an OTF Spike. It's illegal to carry in Virginia. Oh, here you go. There's actually a company out there called Wetworks that makes like disposable knives with Kydex sheaths that are pretty sick. Somebody out there may recognize this. I did a terrible rewrap job on it, but this is a Cricut. My stupid behind the wrap that was on it before. I was like, man, that texture on the actual Cricut looks like it would be really, really good. So like, I want that. I don't want a wrap on it. And I took it off, and it was like mad slippery. And I was like, yeah, man, no, I need to wrap it back up. And I couldn't get the wrap back on it. So you know, I did a terrible rap job on it. Drop point work. Yeah, drop points are or an old bayonet from World War II. Grommet, toothpicks. Yeah, so this is an out the front spike, uh, and it to us, and we could probably make a sheath for it. Oh no shit! Clinch pick. That's what it is. A clinch pick. Um, Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. I would rock that shit every day. Hell yeah. I'll do that, Angry Sarge. I appreciate that, man. You guys are fucking awesome. And I know HCM Holsters, I actually already mentioned it earlier, is going through rebranding. So the plum is better. Yeah, but the wrap is mad janky, man. Mad janky. I literally burned it on. But if I cleaned it up and did a good job, you know, y'all's great. Grow a food, not too late. Carry hot food, and you need less bullets. Love your neighbors. Yes, yes. With a pencil? Jeff, do you wear it as a bracelet? If not, do you think you'll have time on a bad day to get it around your wrist before using the knife? On this question. Hold on, I missed something. Um, there's a lot of corn pop. Hold on. I'm using the freaking trackpad. Hold on, let me get to my mouse. Sarah List for life. What's up, man? That's nice. But you pull that out in the office, people freak out and you get fired. Yeah. So you do want a utilitarian type of knife. That's one of the reasons why having a secondary small knife is not a bad idea. You guys make your own decisions. Like you know, I don't ever want to get things confused as if like I'm giving you guys advice on what to do or carry. I just want to give you guys information for you guys to make your own individual decisions. Hold on, let me see if I can find this spike. Because the spike is sick. Yeah, here it is. So I'll show you guys a couple things. So a lot of you guys that are on here, you know that I have a chrome and plum Draco. Well, there's nothing better than having a chrome and plum stiletto swing guard switchblade. Now, this is an actual Italian stiletto swing guard switchblade. So you'll see the guard that's sitting on the side, and it'll come up when it's engaged. So it gives you a guard, right? So I store it open because the spring, right? These old springs do not do well, but this is an actual AKC Italian stiletto swing guard switchblade, and that thing is nasty. It's beautiful. That's a bayonet blade, and there are a lot of different options. When you know, damn, that thing is pretty, man. That's watching the action in the video, like that's dope. Watching that swing guard pop up, that's dope. Yeah, I always wanted a swing guard because there was just like something special about like seeing that guard pop up. Like that's just dope, man. Um, but I mean, it's not like, in my opinion, like this is just like fun stuff to have around. Like, you know, Blue Farm, what's up, man? This is just like something to have around the gun room to be like, yeah, check this out. I got it. It matches something else that I have. I don't believe that there's like a true tactical application for this in real life, right? This is a letter opener. This is a glorified letter opener. How much it is, how much it's worth, I don't know, but it is a true Italian swing guard, which is pretty fucking beautiful. Um, I need to step up my knife game. Yo, if I really dug into my knife collection, y'all be like, you got a problem. So this is my spike. It is the Guardfather OTF spike. Now this is set up to look like a pin when it's in your pocket. But what you do is you move this part. This is your safety right here. And you move it to show you that button. Okay. Now when you see that button, press button, and this mofo flies out of it. This is a serious. I mean, I've seen videos of dudes literally stabbing concrete cinder bricks, breaking it down with it. This is like a $20 piece. You can get these for super cheap, and they work very well for their intended purpose, which is something terrible. But it shoots out with authority, and that thing is solid. It has a solid steel circle behind it, and it's good. I mean, I'm sure you could break it. The cool thing is that the point of it, it looks dull, but if I could zoom in like super focused on it, it's got like this really fine like needle tip. Like I could literally just like slice through paper like that. It's got this like super fine like razor tip on it. You can tell it's sharp because sharp things are rough, right? Like if you take a razor blade and go sideways along it, you feel like it feels super rough. That's kind of what the tip of that feels like. So this, because it's illegal to carry in my state, what I do is I literally just pop it in my molly in my plate carrier. Because if I'm wearing my plate carrier, I don't give a fuck about the laws. Because I would imagine that things would be so bad at that point that I wouldn't carry, or I wouldn't care about the laws of what I can carry or not like that. Whatever. Um, so yeah, so this is an option, but having a fixed blade for the get the fuck off me knife is the best thing to do because it's mad rugged. You can beat the piss out of it. You get a really good grip on it. It's super solid and it's quick. You don't have to open and deploy it. Put it in a place that you can reach it with both hands. And I mean, imagine if like in a split second, like this is super secure, right? Like half the knife is inside the kydex, half the handle is inside the kydex. So if you need to, you're just ripping it out and you're going to work with a fixed blade super quick for a get the fuck off me knife. That's a good option. And of course, depending on where you position it, you can have it, available for both right and left. That's super important. I don't know. You never know. I mean, I see videos all the time where dudes are, attempting disarms on people. And I'm like, bro, like, I don't know. I carry at like the 12:30, 1 o'clock. So I'm way less likely to have somebody spot that I'm strapped. But I don't know. Um, okay, and let me back up a little bit because I don't want things to get confused. Okay, so I'm showing like all this gear, like all these like badass knives, and like explaining like the purposes of each one and the pros and all this. Backing up a little bit, if you don't have open hand skills, like if you've never been in conflicts of any, and I'm not saying like I'm not a fucking soldier, I'm not law enforcement, military, I have zero experience like that. Okay, my experience is from my life, from everything that I've done, a lot of things I've shared with you guys, right? Some of the shit we talked about tonight. All this gear, all this stuff that I just talked about, like all these things we just went over, all the the Batman utility belt, the gun, the mag, all that shit is just stuff, right? Those tools are made to complement the user, okay, in a situation that like on the worst day of your life, you may need to work for you. If you are not in a situation where you are prepared to fight, or where you're prepared to literally give everything you physically and psychologically have to a situation to get out of it alive, you're fucked either way. So don't just focus on the tools. Focus on everything. Go fight. Go. I mean, no. Okay. Don't like go fight people. I'm just saying like go. Go hit the mats. Go do fucking jujitsu. Go do taekwondo. Go do running. Something, right? Like I'm finally going to get back into some martial arts and shit. And all of you bully me for 38 super. It's actually decent. Yeah, hey, you know what? I wouldn't want to be on the business end of a 38 super. You know what I'm saying? Um, shit. Yeah, fuck that. I wouldn't want to be on the business end of a 22 short. You know? Dang it. I just, yep. Super Manly got it. Training. Throat punch. He said to hit me in a fight. He said to fight. Get the heart pumping. I mentioned it. I mentioned T Rex arms to someone today. Bocking is a weirdo. Yeah, he's definitely a weirdo. Yeah, and I don't mean like YouTube train. I mean like actually train. Um, like I did pin dagger. Yeah, I mean honestly, it is cool to have like some type of device that is kind of hidden, right? Like, if I was just like walking around with this, like you wouldn't really think anything of it, right? Like compared to like you walking around with a fixed blade in your hand, like if somebody spots that shine of a blade, which actually saved my life one night, by the way, which I don't know if I've told that story where I drew with my handgun. Um, just subbed your channel, Blue Farm. Hell yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what we're talking about. Introductions, introductions. Let's do it. T Rex arms is a little much. Yeah, he is, man. It's, I mean, what would you do if you were, his size, his age, and ran into the money that he has? He's uh, he's a very unique individual. I'll give it to him. And he does well. His content does well. His brother's video of the National Firearms Act is one of the best videos on the NFA that I've seen, hands down. I literally was doing like I was prepping for an NFA video because you guys know I don't drop a lot of hard videos, and that's one of the biggest reasons why this channel isn't experiencing the growth that it once was, because I haven't been doing any hard videos. That's what attracts new subscribers. That's what gets new people into our community and all that. And all of you great people came from somewhere. Like the community that we have right now, like you guys are fucking awesome. Like I would put my YouTube friends against any other YouTuber's friends all day. Fight to the death. Let's go. I'm betting on my people. Just kidding. I mean, I'm not, but you know what I'm saying. Um, Hard videos are what attracts people in, and I was doing some research on how other people executed effective NFA videos, and I watched that video and I was like, bro, like this dude fucking nailed it. How could I ever do something that would be as good or just effective, and their editing capabilities and the money that they got into it? Like, I can't do that shit. I'm sitting here editing shit on iMovie on my freaking cell phone. um yeah, it's whatever. Not a lot of other people out there give free information on tactics and training the way Botkin does. Got to give him that. Yeah, I mean, he did, like, he cares about the cause, right? I disagree with him on some things. Um, it seems like his brother is more freedom and liberty based. Um, I think that we're in a situation now where everything has become monetized, right? Like even a lot of the shit that I've talked about in this stream, like other people are like trying to charge for information, right? Which, in my opinion, is just as evil as the is just as fucked up as the ATF trying to clinch the hose on information of us building from 80 percenters or unfinished frames and receivers and all that shit. And for people withholding information until you've exchanged funds, like that shit's wrong. John Crumb says, "I'll put my community versus yours. Let's do it, man. Massive cage fight. I'll fight. I'll get in there." Funny thing though is a lot of the people in your community are also in my community, so we'll have to do some type of like face off type shit where you're actually fighting yourself kind of thing. Um, who was it? I thought it was hilarious when Lucas went after Olites. Well, Olites went after him technically. Yeah, I mean they tried to be super neutral and like not dickheads about it. I know, Crumpy, and I appreciate the super chat, by the way, brother. Appreciate you, and we all love you, man, and everything you do for us and the community. You're the shit, man. Thank you. Yeah, Olay did not do that very good. Um, yeah, like don't go after somebody that rocks a cloud defense light on every single firearm they have. Like, come on, man. He rocks Streamlight too, though. I just got a new Streamlight TLR7. Just saying. Carry 7 o'clock. So you're a lefty? That's one thing I never got is like I see like in some videos and I see in some movies where people carry in the small of their back and like with an actual SOB holster. And I always thought SOB holster was funny because it's like, son of a bitch. You have that shit sitting behind you. Um, but I mean, part like there's a lot of merit to people saying like don't carry SOB because if you fall and you have a solid piece of like 4 pound or 2 pound or 1 pound solid piece of steel, metal, polymer, whatever, directly on your spine. Oh, that's like no bueno. Hell yeah, Streamlight for the win. Surefire, PC. Guess what? Surefire gave $10,000 to the Brady anti-gun uh, organization. Just learned that not too long ago. Now, I'm not telling you guys not to buy something from them because I'm not about canceling people, but I'm just going to personally choose to not give my money to them. And they gave $10,000 to this anti-gun organization because they were told if they would do that, they would get a military contract, and they didn't get the military contract. So now they're stuck with their dick flapping in the wind, where they're like, "Fuck! I publicly gave $10,000 to every town, or I can't remember. John Crump probably knows, but it was uh, some type of anti-gun organization." And they were like, "Yeah, give $10,000 to this anti-gun organization, and we'll honor this military contract." And they or government contract, and they did it, and they didn't get the contract. I know, I couldn't believe it, dude, bro. The Micro Scout Light is perhaps the most genius idea that has ever been made for like pistol caliber carbines, for small like home defense like micro rifles, like a 350 or so lumen micro scout light that is on an offset mount that is like literally the size of like a pen like this, that you can roll. What is that, 15, 30, whatever, from like 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock, right? Or you can flip it upside down and rock it from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, right? Depending on where your secondary hand is. Um, that comes with a Picatinny mount or an M-lock mount. It comes with both of them for like two something. Genius, right? Like I literally went to purchase that to put it on my Caltech, the Sub 2000, the glowy blue Sub 2000, and I ended up not getting it because the store that I went to had it for like $299, and I was like, "Oh fuck that, that's crazy! I'm not gonna pay $300 for that." The gun itself was like five, and I ended up looking up Surefire stuff and looking at and I found that information out. So needless to say, I was not thrilled with that. Um, so I'm just going to stick with Streamlight. I got all Streamlight products, and they're highly effective. They're good at you know lighting shit. Um, every every rifle light and pistol light that I have is Streamlight, um, except one Bushnell that I have, which I have a Bushnell on it for a reason. Guys, I'm sorry, I got to piss so bad, and I don't want to end the stream right now. So hold on, I'll be right back. Chat, everyone, I'll be right back. Whew, my apologies. Man, I had to piss so bad. Usually that's where I end the stream and I'm like, all right, guys, be kind and be nice, everyone, be dangerous. And yeah, but OG stream light next to me in bed always, which light is guaranteed not to blow up in a leaking gas situation. Good point. I mean, any lithium ion battery may explode, right? Like the streamlight I have is rechargeable, and I thought you could take out the rechargeable battery and throw a AAA in there. So I would like rock a an extra AAA battery just kind of laying around just to be safe. And then I realized that they're different sizes. I'm like, what the hell? So I've been carrying this extra battery for no fucking reason. But anyway, you didn't wash your hands. Like, come on, really? I was gone for like 6 minutes. Of course I washed my hands. I didn't wash my hands. Take a shit. Dude, if you can pinch a loaf in that amount of time, I would be thoroughly impressed. Let's see what you dirtbags were talking about the whole time I was gone. Damn, you say guns don't kill people. lights do. Damn. Lithium fires are crazy. Prior mentioned team. Bro, did you guys see? Okay, in one of P. Ralph's roasts, your picker has COVID now. In one of the roasts, a dude posted a picture of a build. In the background, he had this flag that was like obscure art, okay? And when you look a little bit more closely, this obscure art is actually like an abstract colored negative of that ATF officer at the window at WACO laying down on his side for a nap, I suppose. And it was like that moment captured, and it looked like a painting on a flag that nobody, unless you know, yes, the watercolor Waco flag, that shit, man, what? I need to find one of those. If y'all could help me find, I didn't even look. Okay, I'm sure I could find like a 3D puzzle, like the Magic Eye thing. Y'all remember that shit? If y'all could help me find one of those, man, I'd be for days. I would be so happy. Um, okay, so builds that we got going on. I got another 320 build that I got going on. I don't have all the parts that I need for it. I got my other 320 that is running 99%. I think I fudged up the. No way. Are you serious, Cowboy Wizard? No way. Dude, don't play with my emotions, bro. I would bust a nut and like literally like rock that on my wall. Like, dude, stop playing. Yeah, mods, drop my email in chat, please. Bro, oh my god. Dude, you have no idea how it depending on the cost, if you can get two of them, I'll give one away to the community too. Damn. Damn. Dude, that's fucking incredible, man. Especially since like no one would know what the fuck it is. And get this, I got a friend who like his job is custom framing. So like he could literally frame the shit and it would look like a freaking canvas painting. Oh, dude, I should get it stapled to a canvas and framed professionally. Oh my god, the biggest troll of all time. And then donate it to an anti-gun organization. Yes, yes, we did it. We have achieved world peace. Just kidding. That would cause serious problems. But dude, oh my god, I fucking love you. You're awesome. Here, I'll put it in here. Bro, dude, see, this is why my community is so fucking cool. God damn, that's awesome. Man, you gotta love that shit. Okay, so I'm also working on. I got that 3D print build that I got to finish. I got a Lone Wolf Freedom Wolf that I have stripped of its rights of having other parts on it, and I don't know. The Lone Wolf frames, man, just I'm. It's all like Gen 3 parts here, Gen 4 parts here. This it just seems like it's not. I don't trust it. And I had some issues where the trigger wasn't resetting, which I know is a common issue, right? But I was like, I don't even want to troubleshoot that shit. Like, I literally want to like donate it to a homeless person. Um, so donate it, Janet Reno. Sorry, dogs was fighting. No, you're good. You're good. I mean, I can't always expect everyone to, yeah, I totally get it. You have a life and shit. Um, but yeah, one build that I would say is not complete is the blue glowy Glock, right? Like that. So I have the so it's a blue titanium frame, and then I have the hard chrome factory 19 slide and barrel, and then I got the blue glowy with the blue chem light back plate, and then I have the blue glowy with the blue chem light base plates, and that's dope and stuff. But I'm like, I don't, I don't like putting serialized parts on a P80, right? Like, there's just something to me that's like, that needs to be reserved for serialized frames, right? So I'll put serialized parts on serialized frames, and I'll put unserialized parts, unstamped parts on unserialized frames. Like, I don't even want cage codes on those bitches. And I don't know. So part of me is like, all right, I want to get a like stainless 19 slide and barrel from like Lone Wolf or something like that. Like one of their like just regular ass like stainless 19s. I got their stainless 34 slide, the OEM profile 34 slide on the unicorn build with all the chameleon and shit like that all over it. I love that shit. Oh, and the dude that did the mag release, the Torch Titanium mag release on I'll hit on that in a minute, Kibble. Great question though. The dude that did the mag release, it's Torch Titanium, so it's like all rainbow, pink, blue, teal, gold. It's so dope. He also did the back plate. He just put up for sale a base plate that is Torch Titanium, and it exactly matches the magazine release and the back plate. That would totally set off that build. I don't have sights on it. I literally, so when I upgraded my Glock 42 sights, so this micro 380 Glock 42, I took the sights off of the 42 and threw it on the 34. Just take a second to think about that. I took sights off of a Glock 42, a micro pocket 380, and I put that shit on a Glock 34, a full size long slide 9mm. I know, so I actually need real sights for that. So, fellas, anyone know where you can find a PF940C right now? The compacts are kind of tough to get right now, man. I'm not gonna lie. There are some places that have them. You will find them on Gunbroker, but you're gonna be paying 150 to 200, unfortunately. And if you think it's bad now, bro, give it 2-3 months to where we're getting close to that. Why am I so itchy, man? It's because it got cold again. When it gets cold, your skin gets dry and all that shit. What else? I'm sending a package to Arcane Tactical for them to do a battle worn custom Cerakote job. So I'm sending, and if you guys haven't checked out Arcane Tactical, holy shit. Literally like the best battle worn fucking work I've ever seen on any firearm at all. I'm going to send them the 19 slide, barrel, the Swamp Fox cage that goes around the optic, the magwell, and a magazine. I'm also going to send them the TLR7. So I'm going to have them do a blue glowy battle worn on the slide, a blue glowy battle worn on the magwell, and then do like a stainless battle worn on the barrel, the red dot cage, and the TLR7 and the magazine. And then I'm going to throw that on a titanium blue P80. That shit is going to be dope. I also still haven't done the Filipino backyard build. I need to do that. I need to basically trim down P80 to like a Gen 2 style, like remove the rail, remove all the undercuts and exaggeration or the exaggerated cuts on the trigger guard, and make it look as plain Jane as possible. Um, and then do one of those like uncut slides. Something like Lone Wolf does, like slide blanks that are completely uncut. Throw some of those or one of those on there. Make it look like a real like Filipino backyard build, like it was built in a hut, like by someone's feet. That's really what I want to do there. And then I do have to build out the Carnicon AR, which I'd like to do something like stupid small. I was thinking like a 7.5 inch until I saw that KAK Industries makes a 4.75 inch 5.56 that actually like doesn't keyhole, and it and that shit would be dope. So I'm gonna look into that. Maybe I'll hit up PSR and ask him, because he's got at least one of those uppers. And what else do I got to build out? I am going to do an AUG, an AUG. I am going to do the blue titanium AR. Jesus, man, I got so much stuff I got to do, and I don't have all the parts to it. It's like I cannot put all this money out at once, and I want to be able to do these projects and like show you guys, like, look at all I'm doing. So we'll get there one step at a time. Just be patient with me, and I'll put out what I can when I can. Every month there's a couple $100 that comes from the channel, so I'll put that into builds and shit like that. Same dark. That's why I spent more on a barrel than I needed to. Yeah, I feel you. Lone Wolf took time to fit it. It took time to fit. What did you have to do? Some like fitment to make that shit work? Okay, perps, my cup is about to be dead. I'm out. You first be cool in DLD on his toes. Hell yeah, man. Peace out, brother. Owie zowie. My Lone Wolf barrel didn't get hot at all while I was shooting. I was sending a ton of rounds fast, but the fluid seemed. Is it the Alpha Wolf barrel? The Wikipedia page picture used a pic of the ship. When I was on it, I was inside her when the pic was. I really got emotional. What? Tall midget move. Compacts were sold out everywhere. I got my order in right before the insanity hit. Yeah, I got some compacts, man. There's that little shelf of those P80s right there. That's what I got. And all those jigs stacked up. I have every single jig I have ever, like literally ever done. Like I've never thrown away a jig. So Kimball. So Kimball asked like any word on the whole P80 thing. So here's what's going on. The way that they're wording it makes it sound like you just can't sell an unfinished frame and receiver with a jig, with tooling like drill bits and stuff like that, with instructions all in one, right? So it's kind of like the buy, build, shoot kits. It's like you just can't sell it all together. So like, let's say, for an example, if JSD Supply sold just frames, and then Patmos Arms sold just jigs, and then Dark Industries sold bits, instructions, and whatever, then that may be in compliance. They're looking into some things to see kind of how they would structure that. So like it's everyone keeps saying like it seems like the AR lowers are safe, but no one's explaining why. So if you look at it, the way now the fuck, that's not it. Hold on. God damn it. Okay, it may take me a while to find it. Oh, maybe this one. Yep, it's this one. So the way that the aluminum unfinished frame. So for any YouTube moderators watching this, this is not a firearm. This is just a component. It is basically a doorstop. Okay, this is a solid piece of metal. This is not a firearm. This is a blue titanium unfinished frame and receiver. Okay, so this is not sold with a jig. It is not sold with tooling or bits or anything. It is not sold with instructions. So people are saying that these are still okay because you can buy this from company A, buy a jig from company B, and buy the bits and instructions from company C, and that's in compliance with the new rulings. I don't know, but here's one thing that I do know. I 100%, like I commit right now from my lips to God's ears, right in front of all of you guys, and it's fucking almost 1 o'clock in the morning, and 40 of us are still together. I can't believe that you guys are still here. I love all you guys. I refuse, 100% vehemently oppose, number one, companies serializing P80s and then sending them to gun shops, but I 100% right now commit to never purchasing a serialized P80 and then going to a gun shop and then doing a 4473 for an unfinished frame or receiver for me to convert to a firearm privately in my own home. Fuck that. Absolutely fuck that. Violently fuck that. In the mouth. Fuck all that. Yeah, and I don't believe uppers will be serialized. I do believe that they may be like thinking that they're setting the stage for uppers and other firearm components to be serialized in the future, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't even think they know what they're doing for real. They're just trying to stop this flow of ghost guns. Like, bro, tell me you guys saw, I think I have a picture here. Hold on. Tell me you guys saw the subway shooter, his ghost gun that he used. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, here, we're about to get it in right now, folks. Okay. Tell me that you guys saw. Okay, this was huge. This was all over the place. Hold on. Everyone was saying how the subway shooter used a ghost gun. Can you believe it? It's a ghost gun. Really? Okay. So this is what he used. He used a Glock that was purchased from a gun store, okay? And as you'll see, he partially defaced the serial numbers. Not even on the receiver, mind you, on the slide and barrel. Bro. 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 Dog. Son. That is not a ghost gun. That is a stolen firearm. That is a defaced firearm. It is a missing firearm. It's a whatever the fuck however it ended up to be in his possession, right? And it's his fucking right to own a goddamn Glock. He should be able to own a Glock. And you know what? Everyone in that subway had a right to own a Glock and carry a Glock that same moment too, right? Guarantee you he wouldn't be in there pulling out a Glock trying to smoke motherfuckers when he knows that 30 people around him are all going to pull out a strap and unload on his ass, unless he's trying to commit suicide on the subway. But dog, ghost gun? Ghost gun? Are you serious? You and your fucking propaganda, your propaganda machine, the mainstream media that just has to pump this shit out to everybody to scare them, to terrorize people, to make them think that there is this flow of ghost guns from the iron pipeline. Like, get the fuck out of here. This is the shit that they're doing. They're skewing the numbers, the already ridiculously low bullshit numbers, by adding in firearms that have defaced serial numbers to these ghost guns. And please, like, guys, I'm saying ghost guns because it's what they say, it's what they call it. I'm only saying that to mock them because they say ghost guns. Clearly, this is not a ghost gun. And the funny thing is that even if homie went out and bought a P80 unfinished frame or receiver, took it home, completely did the conversion, built it out into a firearm illegally in New York. I'm not saying that that's right, but illegally in the state of New York, and then threw the serialized upper and lower on there, it's still traceable from that firearm, right? Like, tracing firearms post crime does nothing. Number one. Number two, if I could send one message to anyone out there, nobody's going to be watching this that could potentially impact law, okay? But aside from us, the people, right? Like, we have a choice if we're going to, abide by laws or not. But what I'm saying is there is absolutely no way, period. There is absolutely no way that you can legislate to criminals. You know that what you're doing is only going to affect our community, which is quite possibly the most law-abiding community in the fucking universe. God, this shit drives me nuts, man. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm back. F for that great piece before Dremel. I know. In the arms of the angels. Like one tear drops down. I know. Then the fly lands on my head and then goes, yep, we see it. It's like a hurt puppy in a Sarah McLachlan APCA commercial. I know. Oh, he bought it a decade ago legally. Damn. See, I didn't even look into this shit. Goddamn. It jammed and he couldn't clear it and left it there. I never called them ghost guns. I know, man. I know. But this is the problem. We should expect them to lie to us, right? Like, I don't watch any mainstream media, right? Unless I'm doing research for something specific, I don't watch mainstream media. But dude, how do these people just sit there and like unknowingly accept pure propaganda and lies? Like, there's no critical thought. Like, who saw these pictures and was like, oh, ghost guns? Like, Jesus Christ, man. It's nuts. Any suggestions for a dehumidifier for a vault that's 124 square feet, 398 cubic feet? So what I use is the, for this whole gun room, which is basically like my non-vaulted vault, I use a couple different things. Out in the main like basement area, I have one of those large, almost like, it's a residential unit, but it's a very large dehumidifier that's running 24/7, running to the sump pump, just dumping fucking water in there. In addition to that, in my actual gun safe, so I have a gun safe here and a gun safe there, like one of the large, 6-footers. That one looks a little bit short, but they're big and black. I have the wireless dehumidifiers. So it's basically a like electric box this big, and you plug it in and you let it sit and cook for like 6 to 8 hours, and it cooks all the moisture out of the silica gel things. And once it cooks all the moisture out and you let it sit and dry and cool off, then you take it and you put it inside your safe. And when it's good to go, it's blue. So you'll see that it's blue. And then over time, as it absorbs moisture, it turns pink. When it turns pink, you can tell that it's time to change. So I got one in each safe, and it just stays for that, for each safe, which they're like, they're like 36 gun safes, a 36 and a 24, 28 gun safe. So low key flex. That's true. That's a low key flex. I filled up some monster safes. I built a vault in my house. Hell yeah, man. Good for you, dude. I hope you're fucking stacking up and stack up ammo, man. That's probably my biggest opportunity, man. I have less than 10,000 rounds right now of everything, like all together. Yeah, probably close to 10,000 rounds, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call it, guys. I do want to let you guys know, like I mentioned, I wanted to talk about guests. So we have some guests coming on. So we have some guests coming on. I do have, and I scheduled this before I knew he was coming on Crump's show. You motherfucker. I got Cody Wilson coming on. We're going to talk about the new ATF rule change, because it's certainly not fucking law. We're going to talk about how important things like the Ghost Gunner and other things like that are as we move forward into this time, and how important that technology is. The development of 3D printing and all the shit that every Cody Wilson episode that we have is incredible. This is his third time coming on the show. So, Cody, we fucking love you. You're awesome. So this is going to be the Axe in the Doorway V 2.0. So Cody Wilson is coming on. Then I have Dianexus coming on. If you guys don't know who Dianexus is, and the Mag Project, I think it is, he does these dope ass magazines and like Gucci print, Louis print, like Chick-fil-A print. Like he has all these crazy ass mags that he does, and they're so sick. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna get the blue Gucci AR mag from him, and have him coming on. I have who was it? I should schedule all this stuff right. Like actually put it in a calendar. Oh, dude, my bad, man. I'm sorry. I missed text messages from all of y'all. Damn, my bad, Ralph, bro. I'm sorry, man. I wasn't even looking at my phone. Crump too. I miss you. I miss Flying Rich. I miss all y'all. Dude, I'm so sorry. Yes. No, not blue titanium. I am gonna do the giveaway of the wood thing though. So hang tight. Okay. What the fuck was I doing again? I got so distracted. Barbie, yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at who's on the schedule. Okay, Nexus, then Cody Wilson. Fuck, I have a couple for next week, but I haven't. Okay, so one of the things that I shared with you guys is that I wanted to texting you so I don't feel left out. Yeah, miss you too. Okay, so who was it? I told you guys that I wanted to get somebody on that had gone through a self-defense situation and lived through it, beat it legally, and has like lived to tell the tale and is back in normal life. And I think that shows a lot of value to us that may have not been through a situation like that. And I found somebody that is willing to come on the show and is willing to talk about a situation where he used his gun to defend himself, and he preserved his life by taking another life. And yeah, it's a crazy story, and we're going to talk about that. So I don't want it to seem like we're like glorifying that or glorifying death or anything like that. What we're doing is we're evaluating a situation that happened where somebody used a tool to preserve their own life. That's how I want us to look at this. Um, I have a couple larger guests that I'm working on right now. We don't have a set date, but over the next month, maybe two, I'll have two larger guests on, like very well known YouTubers coming on, and there's some other people too. I can't think right now. I'm so sorry. So that's part of like the state of the union as far as what's going on. But let's go ahead and end it. Let's call it a day, man. First off, I want to say I love all you guys. You guys are fucking awesome. And I also want to say that we all know rule number one is to be kind, right? It's so important that we be kind every single day of our lives because you never know if this is your last day or you never know the things that you're doing. And we're still going to do the giveaway, so don't leave yet. The things that you're doing, how they may impact someone else's day, week, month, life. So be kind in everything that you do. Live a life of care, compassion, and contribution. We all know that the only way that we can defeat evil is with good men that are skilled in violence. So make sure that you are becoming as highly skilled in violence as you possibly can be, and be safe and be dangerous and keep that thing on you. Stay strapped is really what I'm saying. Stay strapped. All right. There's no reason to not be strapped. Always sleep with it, live with it, eat with it, shit with it. Just always be strapped. Random number generator. Operator. Connect to Skynet. I'm a mother Terminator. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to say, we're going to say, pick a random number, 1 through, I was going to say 50, but yeah, fuck it. Let's say pick a random number 1 through 50. I'll do the giveaway. Now, what you guys are getting is this brand new trigger guard, not this blue titanium. So this is the handmade wooden trigger guard brought to you by John Rice. John Rice is, you can see my eyeball through it. John Rice is making a lot of wood goods right now. He's made wood punch daggers. Like, what the fuck? Wooden punch daggers like this that are wooden, that are completely non-metallic and very strong. He's making, get this, wooden handcuff keys that you can literally lash onto your bootlaces. Crazy stuff. Wooden handguard furniture, like wooden mat, all sorts of stuff. What? Why am I okay? So this is the crazy thing. I am literally getting Ukraine stuff. I'm not subbed to this channel. It's so bizarre. So bizarre. All right, yeah, keep guessing. Only guess once, please, because I'm not gonna do that. There's one more thing I want to share with you guys too before we go. Okay, so we got our random number. All right, we got random numbers from a bunch of y'all because I think we got too many choices being the first one. Gummies hitting. No gummies. Or are there? Just kidding. All right, hold on. Okay, random number. All right, let's see. Generate 23. 23. All right, so I will tell you guys if you should go again or not. Nobody guessed the Michael Jordan number? Come on. Oh, so close. So close. Yeah, no 23. Okay. All right, resubmit, everybody. Resubmit one time, please, so I can track the results. Good night, Andy Lipscomb. Have an excellent evening. Guys, just to throw this out there, I may be going to the to a gun show in Virginia this weekend. There's another viewer of ours that is part of the community that's been kind of part of the community for a while, and he's like, "Yo, I know you live in Virginia. I'm going to this gun show," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's like less than an hour away from the house, so I may go out there. Now, if I don't come back, a video will be published." Okay, hold on. So let me go back here. Why are you emotional, Gertrude? What's wrong, man? Oh, if I could only crack my neck. Okay, sorry. Damn it, already taken. All right, so I'm doing it again. Random number generator. Oh, 26. I think I saw a 26 in here. 33, 24, 36, 29. Chrome Guru. He was the first 26. Ooh, and then Bronson hit 26 too. Damn, but Chrome Guru got it first. 26, 69 final offer. 99 cents. I was there first. Yeah, I don't see any other happy 420. Oh, it is 420. We pumped up a 420. Rotation, roll up on the homies like, what you blazing? Come on, man. Not everyone's going to start typing 26. Congratulations, Chrome Guru. You guessed 26. Mr. Bronson, you're an honorable mention, and you will be remembered next time, and hopefully you win. Oh, he deleted his 26. Okay, gotcha. What are the chances of that shit? Actually, chances are 1 out of 50. But congratulations. I'll connect you with John Rice. John Rice will get your brand new trigger guide out to you. And it's really beautiful wood that's stained with tung oil, and he does an excellent job on it. Are you guys cool with the way I do that giveaway? Like I want it to be done in like full transparency, right? I want you guys to see me actually clicking random number generator, see the number generated, and then go back and look through the chat because it's all time stamped and all that shit. I think that's the best way to do it, like in full integrity and with transparency. If if you guys have another way that you could think of, let me know. It was honorable. Thank you. Yeah, I want to do it in a way that everyone feels like it's honest. Because if there's anything that I can hate, it's this setup bullshit. Like, have you ever met somebody that won a classic firearms giveaway? Really? Have you ever? You give away 52 guns a year, and it's always like, congratulations, Sam J. Congratulations, freaking Jeremy W. Congratulations. Like, man, I don't believe any of that shit, bro. I I don't believe that shit, man. When I believe a giveaway, I'm sending a lucky rabbit's foot with it if you want. Oh, hell yeah. I still got my, you know what? John Rice, for you, brother. I'm just going to show you. I literally kept it here because when the apocalypse happens, I'm going to gnaw on this for bone marrow. Here is my actual real life. Oh, it moved. Just kidding. My real life rabbit's foot from John Rice with all the furniture that he sent me, which, by the way, I paid for. Like, I paid for that with my money that I earned by working a job. I work a job and I paid for it with money, and then he sent it to me. So like a lot of people are like, oh, you're just doing this because you get shit and you make shit. No, I don't. I fucking bought that shit with my monies. And he sent me this beautiful rabbit's foot with like a nice tan color, um, or that's just stained with oil or something. But I just like to pretend it's a beautiful tan color on there too. Uh, Beautiful rabbit's foot, beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that. And yeah, so you'll get the trigger guard and a rabbit's foot. That's very nice of you, and thank you, John Rice, for contributing. And I can't believe I'm locked up after all I did. I'll leave that one alone. That's 50 BMG. That's 50 BMG. Um, Lastly, oh, so if you do, here's what I'd recommend. Um, I've tried that over 1,000 times with Classic. I know, dude. I literally had like 980 points. I spent the entire week blowing up everybody, literally walking them through everything specifically. Like, here's what you do. Here's what you do. Do this. Do this. Do this. Did you do it? Did you do it? You promised. Send me a screenshot. Okay, approved. Like, man, I had almost 1,000 points. And when I saw, I was like, there's no way someone else can win with over, like, I have almost 1,000 entries. And it's like, congratulations, Mike C. Like, Mike C? Mike C doesn't exist. It's a lie. Yeah. Generator, number generator. Yeah. Wasn't so lucky for the rabbit. Just saying. Good point. Very good point. Gerchop, what's going on, man? Come on the stream and talk to me, brother. Come on. I'll stay on for 10 more minutes and I'll talk to you. Just for you. Just for you, brother. I can literally smell a skunk inside my house. I mean, the skunk isn't inside my house, but I can smell a skunk. I live right on the wood line, and I can smell some shit. I hope that's a skunk. Otherwise, there's some fuckery going on outside. Bro, the skunk is cranking. Everybody, go to JSC Supply, support them. This is going to be your last chance to buy 80s, man. Over the next few months, they're literally going to go up to $200, $300, $400. Like these Strike 80s, these. This Strike 80 right here. This beautiful undrilled Strike 80 right here. This fantabulous, gorgeous, non-firearm component grip module, undrilled Strike 80 right here. These things are selling for like $400, $300, $400, $500, $600, $800. It's crazy. And they're selling for that because it's all about what people are willing to pay because they no longer exist. So what will it look like when these regular ass P80s that we used to be able to get for $59 to $89 are literally this close to never appearing anywhere again? Maybe, right? So utilize my don't build it dark. The thing is only going to appreciate in value. Yeah, I know, but once it's a firearm, if I were to transfer it, I'm about to make this joint my carry gun, bro. That's true. It's not a skunk, it's 420. Yeah, I know. I really want to have Arcane Tactical do their thing with this though, because their strike game is crazy. It's PP crazy. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you can get P80s for under $200 right now, if you plan on building, if you want to build, just get them. I mean, if you got the money, whatever you're willing to pay, because trust me, they're going to go up. They're going to become unavailable. And just like what happened in, pre-May of '86 with machine guns, right? You used to be able to get Mac 11s for $75. And now look at us. $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, $12,000. Like, oh, it's Crazy. Oh, that's just dang cushy, bro. God damn. I'm waiting for the PF940C to come back in stock at JSD for when California gets banned. Hey, do me a favor and drop my JSD link in chat. Bola North Highlands. If you use my link and my code, it's code DARK. You'll get money off and free shipping. It'll save you at least $20. So if somebody could drop that in chat for them, that'd be awesome. If you guys, and you can use it on anything. Like if you want to get a MUP 1 for a SIG 320 build. Apparently, Jordan said the other day on a live stream that he has a Beretta M9 80%. I was like, what? Like, bro, I didn't know about this shit. Like, put me on. So I have a Beretta M92, 92 FS that I got, and I'm like, shit, I'm about to fucking get one of those and then swap all my parts over to the 80. Apparently, it's very much like the 1911 80%. There you go. So here's the JSC supply link. Thank you so much, Dirt. I appreciate you, brother. If you, it's straight going to be worth thousands in 2 years. Yeah, probably. But I mean, they're coming out with a serialized portion. So here's the deal: if everyone that gets one is going to have to purchase a serialized frame, and they're coming out with serialized frames, then it wouldn't really make financial sense to buy mine if I would have to technically serialize it to legally sell to someone else, which I wouldn't do anyway. I refuse to comply with that. I think it's ridiculous. So hit up JSC Supply, use that link, use code DARK, buy some shit because building, they are trying to kill building, not only for us, but for the future generations. And we can't let that shit happen. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I already did my thing with the whole be kind, with live a life of care, compassion, contribution, and all that stuff. And please truly do that. When you go about your life, find ways to be kind. Do a random act of kindness each day. It may be people in your family, right? It may be people in your community, your neighbors, somewhere out there. Somebody is waiting for you to be kind to them. So let's show people that humanity still exists, especially. So today I was at the post office, I was sending stuff out, and this lady walked up. She was clearly like in a hurry and stressed out, and my pen was sitting there. She was like, "Is that pen yours?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's my pen." She was like, "Ugh." I was like, you can use it." She's like, "Are you sure I can use it?" Go ahead. I was like, "Yeah, go ahead. I'm trying to get as many germs as I possibly can." She kind of laughed, and I was like, "Yeah, no, please use my pen. It's all yours." She was like, "Wow, thank you so much." And she was kind of taken aback by the fact that I was being kind to her, letting her use my pen, because motherfuckers are like, you can't find like post office pens, right? They've got them like chained down and shit. And when the envelope flipped open and she saw two patches like this sitting in there, I literally saw her face go, like her eyebrows went like, what? Like I saw her gut reaction to seeing this picture two times. Like it was two patches right in front of her. And I think I may have had a slight impact on her changing her mind as far as like what gun people are like, or what people that she's typically told are right wing extremists and shit like that. We can change people's minds. So I know today was kind of an off stream, like it was just crazy, like dark chat, but I find time like this spent within the community very valuable. Okay, then use code CRUMP, CRUMP, like Charlie, Roger, Uniform, Mike, Papa, CRUMP, or code CRUMPY here. Can't believe they maxed out my coupon. CRUMP or CRUMPY. There you go. So use code CRUMP or CRUMPY. And if I've maxed out my coupon, then we're just going to use Crump's coupon because it's currently unlimited. Mine was unlimited, and apparently people were using it all over Reddit It's all over Facebook. It's all over builder groups, all over the place. I think it's just the most simple code that people are passing around like crazy. So, but that's it, guys. Thank you. I love y'all oh so much. Keep it easy. Keep it greasy. Keep that streezy on your breezy. Be easy. For the people that stayed till the end, for those of you true G's that stayed till the end, pro tip: when you're loading your magazines for combat, the first 3 rounds that you put in there, load tracers, okay? That way, the last 3 rounds that you fire are tracers. So that way, you get a visible confirmation of when you're running dry on your magazine, and you get a head start on swapping that with a fresh magazine. Pro tip: I love y'all. Peace.